Hello, welcome in. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, hump day. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. What is happening? Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Sorry about that. I got distracted. Let me start my Diava Smackdown. I know that's what you're waiting for. Here we go. Every day for waiting for MAGA to enter the door with a this and a that and a sheepish grin. Look out, MAGA, she's about to begin. She's got moxie and runs through her soul. She's the queen of SmackDown, yeah, it's her role. She invites the MAGA to challenge a fight. Careful where you tread, cause she's got right. Come see Diana, a crusader of truth. Her sassy one-liners carry more than one tooth. She's bold and she's strong, she's a force to see. Diana is the badass of SmackDown Queens. MAGA tries to argue, but they have no wit. Diana hit them with facts when they start talking shit. Your logic's a mess, your facts are weak. Go step aside, boo, I've got truth to speak. She's got a heart of gold, but her force is steel. Don't ever talk over her, cause she'll make you squeal. From Twitter to TikTok, she's roaming the streets. Diana's got game, and she's hard to beat. Come see Diana, a crusader of truth. Her sassy one-liners carry more than one tooth. She's bold and she's strong, she's a force to see. Diana is the badass of SmackDown Queens. She's got a megaphone and a platform to preach. Running a show in the TikTok streets. Equality for all and respect for her crew. Come meet Sir Val and Gemma the Jewel. MAGA request up. Kind of small as they stumble over word and begin the free fall. Diava delivers the end game stunner. She says, "Oh, look, we have a Diava, a crusader of truth." Her sassy one-liners carry more than one tooth. She's bold and she's strong. She's a force to see. Diava is the badass of SmackDown Queens. So raise up our glasses and give her a follow. Come see her make all the MAGA twits swallow. With her wit and her wisdom, she's got game. Diava's a legend, and we all know her name. Stop being so emotional. That's for you, MAGA, especially you men. You are very emotional. Holy moly, I've never met more emotional people in my entire life than MAGA men. Oh my God. They are up in their fee-fees all the time. All right, if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's have a chit chat. If you voted for Donald Trump, let's talk. Thank you. That song was made for me by Hey Jude, who is one of my regular listeners and followers, and she made that song for me. I thought that was so nice. And if you love that song, I don't get any money from it. I'm just letting you know it's on Spotify, free download. If you want to add it to your gym routine, it's really motivating. It's really awesome. So if you want to download it on Spotify, it's called Diava Smackdown. You can get it. And for everyone asking, I feel so much better today. I'm going to bring up my backup account. We're going to get going. I did hear that the next plane that they're sending people to is Libya. who the State Department has warned that no American should go to because of the unrest. But Donald Trump doesn't care. He wants him to go to a concentration camp. That's the point. All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. I'm really nice. Tammy, they broke the law when they crossed the border. Okay. Anne, care to come up and talk? I'm looking for people to come up and have a conversation with. Come on up. Libs love MS-13, wife beaters, and artificial dyes. Oh, you're special, aren't you, Justin? You are special. Jesus fucking Christ. They have to be some of the dumbest people that have ever walked this planet. Doctor, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay, how old are you and what state did you vote in?
I am 45 and I live in Texas.
What time is it in Texas right now?
3:17.
Okay.
I'm from Germany. I'm an immigrant from Germany, so I know all about concentration camps and everything, and it's very offensive for the Jews and for all these people that you're going up there and comparing the gang members, the terrorists, to innocent Jews that were killed.
Okay, you've said 4 words that you're not allowed to say on TikTok. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down. If you're going to come up and talk, you have to use TikTok appropriate language. If you don't know how to use TikTok appropriate language, you can leave. You can say T groups. You can say unalived. You can say other words, but you literally cannot say those words without risk of getting taken down. And I'm not willing to get my life taken down for you. Thank you. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Man, I can tell that a lot of you have never read the Constitution. I have a handy dandy Constitution. You should probably order one. They're super cheap. You can get them on the TikTok shop. You can get them on Amazon, wherever you want to shop it. They're like super cheap. You should probably invest in one and read it. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Why are you scared? Why are you hiding in the comments? Come up and let's have a conversation. I've literally invited them up and none of them are coming up here. Dr. Kurt, I already dropped you. I will not allow you in. You had your chance and you blew it. Because you're going to come up here and say those words again. Probably on purpose this time. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request and come on up. Let's have a conversation. I match energy, so if you come up here cool and calm, we'll have a good conversation. You come up crashing out. Nope, I don't shut you down when you make a valid point. I haven't had a Trump supporter ever make a valid point because they don't know how anything fucking works. They don't know how anything works. They don't know the Constitution. They don't know anything. Literally nothing. Absolutely nothing. Zorro, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 63 from West Texas.
Okay. What did you want to say?
One of the main reasons why I voted for Trump is from my relatives that I have. 6 out of the 10 of them drink a lot of alcohol. They make.
What the fuck? What does that have to do with Donald Trump? And don't say fucking maha. But come on, dude. This is ridiculous. I'll invite you to a mute, but can you tell me like a real reason? This is not AA. This is not Al-Anon. This is not a support group. You can unmute. This is really weird. Dude, you can unmute. Come on, people, you can do it. I'll invite you to unmute one more time. I can't invite you to unmute again. It says I have to wait 20 seconds. Oh, I can already tell. It's hump day. Oh my goodness. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's have a conversation. Thank you guys for knocking out my first live goal. Thank you. Zorro, you've got to unmute yourself. I cannot unmute you. I can send you a request, but I have to wait like 10 more seconds. But because you have relatives that drink alcohol, has nothing to do with Trump. I don't understand. Oh, there we go.
Because they voted for Harris. They're always asking me to borrow money for them. They never pay.
Oh, so you're demonizing people that have an alcohol addiction, and you're blaming that on the president. You are one special kind of stupid, aren't you?
No, their lives are just trash. They can't hold down a job.
I'm going to move on. I don't like this. You're demonizing people that have a problem, have a disease, an addiction, and I don't allow those to be dehumanized on my platform. That's gross. That's just gross. People have legit problems. People have legit addictions. You don't come up here and just talk about them like that. I know you guys like to dehumanize people like Donald Trump does, like, calling the immigrants vermin and poisoning the blood, just like this dude did right here. Yeah, we don't do that. That's disgusting. We don't dehumanize human beings because they have an addiction problem. That's usually hereditary, or sometimes can be hereditary, or other life factors that maybe you don't know about. So instead of condemning them, why don't you try to help them? But Republicans don't do that. I forgot. Democrats help each other because we actually care about our fellow human beings. Republicans don't care about anybody but themselves. They're inherently and grotesquely selfish. Thank you guys for knocking out the goals. I appreciate it. Miller, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 32, Oklahoma.
Okay.
So I just wanted to piggyback off of what the German doctor said before he kicked him out. He was making a real good point.
No, it's not. No. I would have answered his point had he used language that wouldn't get my live taken down. So I would have left him up here because I was happy to have that conversation. But when you send someone to prison without due process and just kidnap people off the street, human traffic them to other countries that have nothing to do with the United States, with no due process, no way to say whether they're innocent or guilty, that's called a concentration camp.
The problem is, ma'am, is that
just because they haven't been exterminated yet doesn't mean that they're not concentration camps. It's not just about extermination.
I'm not allowed to use those words on TikTok, man.
I can use the word extermination. Yes, you can, because people exterminate their yards from bugs.
Where are they doing that? They're not doing that in El Salvador. They're holding them down. They're just holding them down. They're not killing them.
And you just did it too. Yeah. Keep it muted, Muds. Keep it muted. Keep it muted. Keep it muted. Keep it muted at all costs. Keep it muted. Keep it muted. Keep it muted. You guys are not doing your job. I'm going through all my mods later. I'm not. I have to have you help me protect my live. I can't block them unless somebody else is keeping them muted. Pisses me the fuck off. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Yes, you do have full mod powers, Andrea. You have mute and block. You have mute. I know that much. Socrates, did you vote for Trump?
Sure did.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
32, Michigan.
Okay. What did you want to say?
So, you say that due process is important for deportation, correct?
Due process is afforded to everyone in this country. And yes, deportation is a legal process. Picking people off the street, throwing them into a prison in a foreign country is not. That's not deportation, that's kidnapping.
Okay, so have you looked up the ACLU website?
I'm looking at the Constitution. The Constitution says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside.
Okay, so
they cannot be. It's all persons.
Okay, so in 2014, the ACLU released a finding that they had. Out of the 3 million people that were deported under Barack Obama, 75% were deported without ever seeing a judge. That equated to 2.25 million people deported without ever going through due process. How do you feel about that?
It doesn't make it right, but I don't think that's true. Turning them around at the border, turning them around at the border is not the same thing as kidnapping them after they've been living here. They're here legally. They haven't done anything wrong. They are, excuse me, I'm speaking. I do not allow men to interrupt me, so it will not begin with you, I promise. Jem, you have an echo. I got to mute you for a second.
Yeah, I mean, what you're trying to say, sir, what the problem with your statement is those are people, most of those people were turned around
at the border. Exactly.
And that's considered a hearing because when they cannot show proper documentation to come into the United States for a reason at the border, they're immediately turned around.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
According to the ACLU, you should.
Sir, I don't care what the ALCU writes. The ALCU is not a legal center.
It's the ACLU?
They're not a legal center.
They're like the legal arm of the fucking Democratic
Party. No, sir. They're an organization.
They're an independent organization that upheld civil liberties.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
And since when did you guys care about what the ACLU said? You don't listen to the Constitution. Why would you listen to the ACLU?
I'm using your own.
No, sir. See, you're trying to say year when you should be saying R.
I'm using your
because our Constitution sets that up.
I'm glad that you guys can fucking interrupt me, but I can't interrupt you.
Sir, you can keep going.
No, you're welcome.
Crash out like everybody else and end up out of this live. Now, if you want to have a legitimate conversation about this, why don't you know legitimate instead of thinking you had some kind of gotcha moment?
Read the finding.
Sir, instead of thinking you had some kind of gotcha moment, that's not.
Socrates.
The fucking
Who is
finding.
the United States? Who is the current president of the United States?
That would be Trump.
That's who the topic of discussion is.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that you guys can.
Nice try, buddy. Nice try. Hey, look.
Glad that you guys can.
You think that you can come up here and talk
everything
over
that
us?
your politicians do in the
You think you can come up and talk over us, but what we're telling you is it doesn't matter at this point in time what you think or don't think about President Barack Obama. Since President Barack Obama, there has been Trump, Biden, and Trump again. So please, try to stay with us in the current present day based on the laws and the Constitution that he is breaking. Stopping people using Border Patrol and housing them and then returning them is not the same as deporting people without hearings. I know it's hard for you to comprehend because your racism is at your frontal lobe.
I'm glad that we can have this conversation because it's showing the hypocrisy of your side. It's okay for you guys.
No, it's totally different. It's not the same.
How is it different?
It all I'll explain.
Stop yelling.
These people that you're talking about were turned around at the border. The people we're talking
Well,
about
they weren't.
actually came in the right way, were in most of these cases going to court dates and things that they needed to go to become a citizen or to maintain their green card, come into this country, and then were removed forcibly without due process. There's a huge difference.
Then turning them around at the border. Yes, there's a very big difference.
Let's talk about anybody who's here on a visa. Do they have to go through due process?
Yes.
No, they do not. It is
Yes,
on
they
their,
do. If they challenge,
specifically on their green card that if they do not.
the return, sir, they have to go through due process.
No, they don't.
Yes.
Okay. Give me 1 second, Val. Socrates, Val, give me 1 moment. I'm going to read the 14th Amendment to you because you don't seem to understand. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person, not just citizen, because that was a sentence before, nor shall the state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protections of the law. So it is persons, if they are in the United States and they are standing on any piece of U.S. soil, they are subject to the jurisdiction. They're subject to our laws. So they're also afforded the protection of the Constitution.
So what was the first thing? It said naturalized or citizen?
You have to hear, you have to hear the whole thing.
You either come in, you're either born here or you're naturalized here. So in other words, what that means is you come in, you've gone through the process, you've taken the test, you've taken the oath, and you've become a citizen.
So when did an undocumented
It's no. You missed the second half. Yeah, you missed the second half. Okay, I'll do it again. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protections of the law. It's any person. It said citizens first, and then it said, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law.
Okay, so life and liberty, they have the freedom, right?
They have freedom from a prison. If they're in the prison, are they free?
The argument's on due process. The fact that you're trying to go back and pick other words to use
Exactly.
in a different way.
Okay, so listen.
The argument is due process.
You're absolutely correct. Are you a citizen? I'm gonna ask this question. Are you a citizen?
You don't need to know. How about
No,
that?
I'm just saying.
How about that? You don't need to know.
It doesn't matter. We're all in the United States.
It doesn't
It's
matter.
we're all in,
It doesn't matter.
we're all in the United States.
So as you say no, there's your due process.
We're all,
It doesn't know.
oh, you're an, okay, let me put up, hold on. Let me do because I'm a teacher. Diava has to come in the house every once in a while. Here, you guys don't know what due process is, so I'll help you. Hang tight.
But the other point of contention is this. Would you say that
No, we're not moving on yet. Due process is a fundamental principle of law designed to protect the rights of individuals from arbitrary and unjust actions of the government. Before any person can be deprived of life, liberty, or property, they must be given notice of the charges against them and an opportunity to be heard in an impartial tribunal. That's what due process is. They get their day in front of the judge, just like Donald Trump did in all his fucking cases.
So according to the actual department, State Department.
Not the current State Department. They're making their own rules. So what about before this administration? What have we been doing?
I'm talking about before this administration. Thanks.
Okay.
Let me finish. According to the State Department, under Obama.
No. We are not going back to Obama. We're right here. Today.
You just said, let me reiterate this, that you just said, when I said according to the State Department, you said, well, this isn't the State Department.
Okay, then go back to Biden then. The previous. You're not going back to Obama. That's just ridiculous.
Let's go back to Biden, because under Biden, 400,000 undocumented immigrants were deported.
For the same reason they came across.
And they
without
were turned around.
documentation.
Correct.
They weren't.
Yes, they did.
In the United States. Did you actually
Yes,
see
they
videos
did,
at the
sir.
border? Have you
They
actually been
came
to the border?
across, sir. They came
Have you
across.
been to the
It's been the same
fucking
with every
border? Answer
president
the
since.
goddamn question.
Oh, he's
This is
crashing
the
out.
same- Sir, this argument, I've heard this argument over and over and over again, and you're not going to win it. Because the same process has been in place under Title VIII since 1990 or since 1984.
80. Yep.
When Ronald Reagan put it in place. Okay? Under Title VIII, if they come across the border and they do not have proper paperwork, they're given a hearing right there. That hearing basically consists of, can you
Prove
produce proper paperwork?
Okay.
and or a credible claim.
Sent back.
And or a credible claim of asylum. Otherwise they're turned around.
Where are these people being, where are they being caught?
At the border.
Specifically,
Ronald Reagan's current, really throughout our whole history, most everybody, the bulk of everybody that's turned around by the numbers happens at the border.
Specifically, where are they on U.S.
At the entry points.
Are they on U.S. property?
Yes, at the entry
In the
points.
state of Texas.
In Texas.
How many times does he have to say yes?
Yeah, how many times? This is done at
So
the border.
every single one of those people were on state property and should be afforded due process.
They do. You're not listening. He just told you that they have a hearing right there at the border, and they say, do you have the proper documentation, or can you prove a credible claim of threat for asylum? If they can't, they're immediately turned around. It's decided right then if they can provide documents or not, or they can provide a credible claim. That is their due process. They're immigration judges that do that. You're not listening, and because it goes against your belief, you're having an amygdala response.
People never saw a judge in
You're
those cases.
getting off the problem. The problem is here, sir, is we've got a president that sent back that said he was going to get rid of the criminals, right? Remember that statement?
Sure.
Okay.
Here
Why
comes
are
the 4-year-old.
Sir, why are 90% of the people in
El
that
Salvador.
prison right now have zero criminal record?
They actually all have a criminal record.
No, they don't.
All do.
No.
All do undocumented. That
They
makes
do
them a
not,
criminal.
sir. That is wrong.
Let me know when I can jump in.
Yeah, I mean, let me get this one point, Jim. You can jump in.
That
First
makes
off,
them a criminal.
1325.
by
Hold on, sir.
omission.
First off, Title 8, 1325 is overran by 1158. The minute they claim asylum, they are no longer illegal.
Correct.
They're no longer
It doesn't matter if it's a misdemeanor or not. You're still a criminal.
You didn't listen. You didn't listen.
Listen, this kid's in the-
You didn't listen. Okay, I'll mute you so you can hear.
Asylum, sir. 1325 no longer applies.
Once they claim asylum, that 1325 drops off. It's only ones that come across the border and go escape into the country where 1325 applies. But if they have a credible claim of asylum, then U.S. Code 1158 kicks in immediately. God, these racist people are just digging their heels and trying to fucking destroy people just because they're so hateful.
Racist?
Yes.
Go ahead, Jim.
All undocumented. It doesn't matter where they're from.
Excuse me. I did not say a single word, so stop talking. I'm not going to scream over you. Stop talking.
Listen, cock breath.
For people like you, what did you call me?
Cock breath.
It's okay.
What did you call me?
I got him. He'll be
I
giving
called you a cock breath.
Yeah, he's a misogynist. That's why he voted for Trump, and he's a disgusting, filthy racist, just like I said. Go ahead and see what you're going to say anyway, Jim.
No, never mind.
Yeah, as soon as women, that's what I'm saying. He's having an amygdala response. If you've ever know what that is, it's their brain cannot process that what we're telling them because that goes contrary to their belief, and that's why they crash out. Everybody, if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. If you want to help support my live, I do have my Cash App and Venmo in my bio. It's spelled just like my name, Diavatalks. I appreciate any and all support. I am here every single day, 7 days a week from 4 to 7 p.m., and I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Patrick, hi, did you vote for Trump?
No, I didn't.
Okay. W's. I'm only looking for Trump voters and Trump voters only. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request and come on up. Jack, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 30 and I'm from Louisiana.
Val's a nigger.
Well, okay, y'all keep it muted. These people are sick in the fucking head. Just sick, disgusting, deplorable, and racist, just like I said. I'm going to have to restart my live, guys. I'll be right back. I hate these fucking people. All right. And Ronald, you're like, oh, you guys are being rude. Do you hear what they're saying? Dropping the N-word, calling us cock breath and all this kind of stuff. No, we're not being mean. That's how we have to treat them that way because they're fucking filth.
We have breaking news.
Waste of human skin. People are sick. Why do they act all offended when we call them racist and then they do racist things? Like, duh. Why I call you racist? Because you're a racist. Shoe fits, lace that bitch up and wear it. Welcome back. Wow, that's all I have to say. Yeah, if the hood fits. Exactly, Judy. Maybe I'll say that from now on. That's funny. They are on one today. Woo, Bobby. Yep, worse and worse each passing day. And it's going to get worse because the more stuff that he keeps doing, like now sending people to Libya and all this other stuff, the more egregious he gets, it's going to be worse. And they're just going to keep spiraling because they know in their heart that they're wrong. They know in their heart that this is fucked up. They know that they're wrong. They're fighting for their fucking lives because they can't be honest with themselves. Yes, Libya. There's a plane set to go off, taking people to fucking Libya. Even though the courts have ruled that the Aliens Enemy Acts cannot be used, and he's ignoring them yet again. So if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Everybody else, just keep on tapping that screen for me. I need to get back up on the For You page. I'm so mad. We had 1,000 people in here. We had a good live going. They always have to come up and ruin it because they're gross. Deplorable, disgusting. Hillary Clinton was too kind when she said they were a basket of deplorables. I mean, shit, that was probably the nicest thing. They're so gross. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's have a conversation. Thank you guys. You guys are knocking out these little goals I'm doing. I appreciate you so much. You guys rock. All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let me bring up my backup account and then we'll get rolling here. I know those sounds with the awards come up are so loud. All right. They are so loud. I'll have to find out the settings. I don't know. I've never really played with the settings too much. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. I know, right? The Mustache Club. I don't know how we're in 2025 and we still have people acting like this dude. And not just Trump, but them too. Jem's in the green room. I'll bring her up as soon as I have somebody in the box and we get some active conversations going. It's hard to get them up initially sometimes anyway. Isn't this good? This background's good, isn't it? If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's have a conversation. If you could oh no. Ryan, you have 0 followers. This means you're a bot or you're a troll or you're just going to come up here and slur. No, thank you. If you voted for Donald Trump and you have more than 20 followers, request up. All these little red-pilled incels, little racists, come in with 1 follower, no followers, and then they just come up and slur. Not interested, thank you. We're here for actual conversation. Our country's in trouble. We're in a constitutional crisis. We got people being kidnapped off the streets, being sent to concentration camps in other countries. We have problems that we need to talk about. And I want legit conversation, not just trolls and bots. It's ridiculous. And a bunch of little red-pilled incel racists. Which maybe that's all that's left in MAGA. Maybe that's why, that tracks. But if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. We have 800 people in here, and there is no Trump supporters requesting up. They're either scared or that they know they're racist shitbags. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. I know there's not just 800 Harris supporters in here. There are Trump voters in here too. So hit the guest request. Come up. Let's have a conversation. Today's been one for the books, right? I'm going to need some therapy. Okay, Ryan is getting the boot. Bye, Ryan. Thank you, guys. If you guys want to contribute to my therapy, you can in my Cash App and Venmo. Ant-Man, did you vote for Trump?
Oh, yes. That's my big brother, of course.
Well, that's gross. Why would you do such a thing?
Because I don't like the sense of that the Democrat Party's allowed the Human Rights Campaign Association to push the ideology that kids are who they are when they're born.
Okay, if you're going to talk about that, you're going to turn your camera on and leave it on until you have to talk. If you're going to be a bigot, you got to do it with your face showing. So turn on your camera, or you have to talk about another topic, or leave. If you're going to be a bigot, you got to show your face and leave your camera on the entire time you're talking.
I'm an American, so
I could care less.
I'm a God. I believe in God. So you have an issue with that?
You can believe whatever you want. That has nothing to do.
If I believe in God, then the things that the Democrats are pushing are against
What Democrats are pushing it? Are we pushing for that? Or are we pushing for you just to leave the people the fuck alone and let them do it, handle it with their doctors and their families?
They're actually forcing me to pay for people that want to be lazy and poor in America instead of them go get a job.
Oh, you are
I have to be
sick.
responsible for lazy people.
God,
They
you're
wanna
sick.
Want the system to take care of them, the welfare system that keeps broken homes. I mean, like, be real with yourself, man. Look at what the Democrat Party done to the black community.
Sir, you are no Christian.
wanna be
Stop
serious.
talking. Stop
I'm a
talking.
Christian.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You're not a Christian. No, you're not. You're a hate and fear monger. You look in the mirror
You're
every
demonic.
day, you're miserable
You're
with
demonic.
yourself.
You're
You're
demonic.
miserable with yourself, so you try to align yourself to the white proximity of rich old men, thinking that that's going to benefit you. You are nothing more than a bigot yourself, and you're a
Bless
hate
you.
fear monger.
Bless you.
That is who
I
you
rebuke
are.
you.
That is who you are. I rebuke you. I throw holy water on you, and I let you go. Because there's nothing in your soul that is going to be anything. You are a fucking hellion. You
Oh
are
my
nothing.
God, you are
You are
crazy.
nothing. In the name of Jesus, you are gone. Jesus, Guatemala, Honduras, Jamaica, Aruba, bye.
What the literal fuck was that? That guy literally, I think I saw horns. Those are those false people that come in and be like, I rebuke you. There's nothing Christ-like about you, dude. I was raised an evangelical Christian. Okay. And that's why I'm a Democrat, because I listened. That guy's a motivational speaker, it said in his bio. Can you imagine? They are so full of evil.
Demotivational.
They are so full of hate.
I want to let you know something. When you're upset at us as mods that we can't mute them, we can't mute them. There's a gray box that shows up at the top that literally prevents us from muting, and it says it's going to take a few seconds. So if all of us are trying to mute somebody, it's just clogging the system. So either one person needs to be responsible for muting, or we need to drop them and have that person go figure out who that person is and block them from your space. Because we are trying.
Okay.
And we're working really hard to protect the live. So it's really frustrating when we're all trying to help protect the live, and that gray box appears at the top and grays it out, and we can't get him to mute. So just understand that we are trying to protect the live as your mods, as your peers, but it's really frustrating when we're all trying to do that and you're upset with us because of what somebody bad is doing. We're trying. I just wanted to let you know that.
Trump, how are you? Did you vote for Trump? Oh, duh.
Good evening. Yes, I did.
Okay, how old are you and what state did you vote in?
22 from the great state of Wisconsin.
Did you say 22?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you want to respond to the background? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah. So I don't see how you can say that.
Choose your words. Choose your words wisely. Choose your words wisely when you're talking about this, please. Use TikTok friendly language.
We are literally sending dangerous individuals.
Wait a minute. Where's the proof that they're dangerous?
Gang members?
No, you have to have proof. How do you know that they're gang members unless they've been through the court and they deem them to be gang members? So how do you know they're criminals, and how do you know they're gang members if they haven't been given due process?
Well, perfect. Through the Aliens Enemy Act, you can set
Well, the Supreme Court already said that they can't use that, so you're out of luck. He can't use the Aliens Enemies Act anymore. He's done. He can't do that.
Actually, that's incorrect. They said they can use certain parts of the Aliens Enemy Act by revoking status. But if you read the Aliens Enemy Act,
No.
Excuse me.
No. Excuse me.
Very clearly, it says
No.
that only if you are going to deport somebody.
They're not deporting them. Deportation is a process. Deportation is a legal process. They are not deporting these people. They are kidnapping them and human trafficking them. That's not deportation.
Listen, how are they being human trafficked?
Because they're not given due process.
Dangerous individuals.
No. The Constitution doesn't. No. You don't get to change the Constitution. The Constitution doesn't say dangerous or excluding dangerous. I'll read it to you. I bet you've never read it. Here we go. 14th Amendment. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor, here's the most important part, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protections of the laws. All, any person, it's any person. So any person, regardless if they're dangerous, Ted Bundy got a jury trial, all the J6ers got a due process. They were dangerous people. So yes, they all got due process too, but they were also dangerous. Charles Manson had due process.
Yeah, may I show you something, please?
No.
She's talking and you keep interrupting her. So just why don't you try listening so that there's actual dialogue? She said no.
They don't know about consent. No. They don't care about consent. We know that.
In addition to that, the Lake and Riley case. Let's use the Lake and Riley case. Trump, I'm talking. The Lake and Riley case. The incident happened in February of 2024. He had his full due process, and he was prosecuted, and the court heard the case, and he was convicted in November of 2024, and then legislation was already passed in this country. That is called, which was already on the books. That's due process. Yet we had to constantly put off hearing the crimes committed by the very administration and the people at the helm of it right now. But that person received due process. Please tell me, in your wisdom, Trump, why that person wasn't deported, who is an actual proven violent criminal.
Are you familiar with Title 8 USC 12?
Answer my question before you ramble on. Don't say another word. I asked you a direct question.
And again,
I asked you a direct question.
No, you don't ask. No.
Nobody's going to answer anything you say until you answer my question. If you were really concerned about convicted violent felons being held accountable, why isn't the person who unalived Lake and Riley the first one out of the country?
Again, they're serving their prison sentence, and then he will be removed from the country.
No.
Now, are you familiar with 8 USC 1201? Issuance of visas is what it's called.
This is not a visa.
I'm not doing this.
No, this is not visa.
I'm going to show you the statute.
No, this is not about visas. We're not talking about visas. We're not. Okay, I'm done with you. Get the fuck out of here. You're annoying as fuck. Go read a goddamn book or something. Fucking incel. We're not even talking about visas. We're talking about people that are here legally.
But here's the thing, even if the argument was about visas, once they are given visas, they've already been processed through the immigration system to receive said visa. It still requires due process and a hearing to take said visa away. That's how dumb they are.
They still have to have a hearing. It's due process no matter what. Chris, how did you vote for Trump?
No, I just wanted to say that, like.
Okay, I'm just looking for Trump voters. I appreciate you. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern, I only bring up Trump voters. Then from 6 to 7 p.m., I bring up anybody. So if you're willing, well, you're welcome to stay or come back. But I have a system I have to do every day because if every single friendly wants to come up and say something, then it becomes an echo chamber. So I appreciate you. I hope you understand. I'm not trying to be mean. I promise. I have to do that. Oh, where did Jim go? Where did Jim go? Okay, watch for her, Tara. Thank you. If you guys want to help support my live, I do have my Cash App Venmo over here on my little yellow banner that says Diavatalks. I really appreciate if you guys want to help support me here. I am crowdfunded, regardless of what Trump supporters think. I do not get paid by the DNC. I do not get paid by George Soros. I'm completely and totally crowdfunded. So if you want to help support my life, I'd really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Ethan, hi. Did you vote for Trump?
I haven't been a real life person that did it. I haven't met somebody in real life that said they voted against them.
Yeah, I bet I know where you live. I bet you live in the South. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
Oh, I'm 39, California.
No, you're a liar.
Could be wrong, sweetie.
Don't call me sweetie. That's misogynistic and disgusting. No, you're not going to call me.
I'm saying misinformation.
You're not going to call me sweetie. That's misogynistic. Don't call me cupcake either.
Well, I mean, don't mislabel me and ask me a question and not believe me.
No, I said I can't believe that you don't know anyone in California that voted for Harris. Give me a break, dude.
Most of them won't admit it.
Okay, whatever. I don't even care. I don't care. That's it's a hard 39. Are you going to respond about the background or what?
So if you're just going to prison without due process.
Do you live under a rock?
No, you've gone to prison without due process. Who are you referring to?
All of the people so far that have been sent to El Salvador, and now the plane that they just loaded to send to fucking Libya.
So it's kind of misleading that they're not sending them to prison. They're sending them back to their country.
No. Incorrect.
So where's your sources showing that they're going to prison? Where's your sources on this thing, please?
If you're being for real, I'm going to move on.
Yes, I am being for real.
Okay, then I'm going to move on because if you're this dumb, no, it's called CCOT. It's literally a prison that Bukele says nobody comes out of except in a casket. It's everywhere. If you don't know that CCOT is a prison, I can't have a conversation with someone who is out of touch.
Listen to kids there. Well, I just want your source on them sending people there that are just not getting too proper source, like www.weather.com. You know, just tell me your source. That's it. That's all I'm asking. Because it's misleading what you're saying.
No, it's not.
Yeah, when you can't put it, when you're going to kick for sources, that just shows you're just. What? I'm talking about, I'm just trying to get using license. But you keep on going, Cupcake. Tell us your sources.
All right. For the second time, I have to start my live over. I got a violation. I'll be right back. Make sure you're following me. I'll be right back. I fucking hate these people. I got to restart again. This is crazy.
We have breaking news, right?
These people could just be as vile and disgusting and say the most vile and disgusting things, and I get the violation. It's not the language I use. And it wasn't for language. They don't give you one for language, dummy. Ronald, why don't you come over? Why don't you come over, Ronald, to TikTok and have a conversation with me? But you stay over here on YouTube where you're safe and just make your little comments and don't have to actually talk and use your big boy voice. Welcome back again. Lojo, they are certifiably crazy. This is nuts. Jesus Christ. They're insane. That's their problem. No, this is my second start over. I'm not joining late today. This is my second restart. I'm not just starting for the first time. These people are insane. Wacky Wednesday definitely describes this one. Good Lord. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Everybody else, just keep hitting that screen. Let's get back up on the For You page. Again, had like 1,000 people in here and had to restart over. God, I hate these people so much. Just dregs of society. Of course, I lose my picture. This is Wacky Wednesday, all right. Oh my God. They're just disgusting, vile people. Why do I keep losing my picture? It keeps just falling down. Come on. No. No. There we go. All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's have a conversation. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Jesus, help me. Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. Crash it off a cliff. Because I can't stand these people. All right, let me bring up my backup account and then we'll get rolling. All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's have a conversation. Never, Mark. Dale, hi. Did you vote for Trump?
I didn't mean to come up this month. Sorry.
That's okay. No worries. Thank you. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. Come on up. Why am I here? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
24, Missouri.
Okay. What did you want to say?
I just want to say that I don't know how we can act like we care about due process or ask people to care about due process when millions have came over the border without any kind of interference over the past 4 years.
Okay, where did you get the number from?
There are more than 10 million illegal immigrants in this country.
Not in the last 4 years. So can you tell me? No. Can you tell me? You said the last 4 years.
I said millions in the last 4 years.
And that's not true. So can you tell me how many came over in the last 4 years?
Yes, it is. With anchor babies.
Okay. Oh, you mean like Barron Trump? Like Barron Trump, Ivanka, Don Jr., Eric? Those anchor babies?
They can go too.
Yeah, they can go too.
Yeah, they can leave.
I need you to provide a source that how many millions of people. Go get it. You have Google in your hand. Yeah, no. You have Google in your hand. Go get a source.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it has to be a valid source. Okay. Don't come back with Fox News. It's got to be a valid source, boo-boo. They have the number I've heard 10 million, 20 million, 18 million, 5 million. Like nobody, not a single Trump supporter has ever had an accurate number. Ever. Yeah, I don't know why they hate immigrants so much. They're net positive on our country. They paid over almost $100 billion in taxes last year. They pay into Social Security, or they pay into Social Security that they never get to claim or get out. Like, they're a net positive in every way. They can't vote. It's in the Constitution. Only U.S. citizens. Oh, I was talking to somebody in the chat. Go ahead. What's the source? I can't hear you when you're off app. So if you're looking at the URL, you're going to have to memorize it or tell me where to find it. I have a laptop right here. I can look it up. There are some states that allow them to vote in local elections because they live in local communities. So they should be able to vote for local things, but they are prohibited from federal elections. They can never vote for president. That's just a fact. Then it's not even something that can be argued. The Constitution is very clear.
You go to Congress.gov, the estimate is 6.7 million, and that was in January 17th of 2024. So
okay, Congress.gov. Is it a Republican representative that put something on their personal page? Because they can lie. They don't have, that's not factual. Can you give me a number from Customs and Border Patrol?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you guys realize that Congress people do not have to tell you the truth? They can go on their Marjorie Taylor Greene at Congress.gov and write the space lasers are on, and that doesn't mean it's factual, okay? Or Dems too. That's their opinions. That's them saying whatever they want. Dems, Republicans, they don't have to tell the truth. That's why I go to like Customs and Border Patrol, Bureau of Labor Statistics, like actual data. Yeah. How many undocumented?
Well, CPP.gov says 3 million per year.
Were those encounters or people? Okay, encounters. Okay, encounter. Oh, no. There. See, yeah. That's not people. No, stop. That's not people entering the country. Those are encounters. Those include people who have work permits, who come to the United States to work and go back for the day. So they get encounter. That's considered an encounter when they come in. And then when they go home at night, that's another encounter. Everyone who goes across that's going over to shop or go play in Tijuana and then come back. Every single, please let me finish. I do not allow men to speak. No, I don't allow, that there's the crash out laugh. I don't allow men to speak over me, and it's just definitely not going to start with you. Encounters are not crossings. Encounters are people that are encountered at the border, whether they're coming here to work, whether they're going over to vacation and come back, if they're going over to Tijuana to have some drinks and come back. Every single time a Border Patrol agent encounters a human being, it's counted as an encounter. That does not mean they crossed into the country.
Okay, well, I can't find it. I'm not going to look for a source. My question was
that, but you're wrong. You're wrong. It wasn't 10 million. Concede. Why? Why are you such a racist? Why?
Because it's a white nation.
Oh.
He said it with his chest.
Oh, well.
He said it with his chest.
Oh.
The population is shrinking.
Oh, he's just a garden variety disgusting bigot who doesn't have camera access. So you're going to have to go boo-boo bear because you are absolutely filthy, disgusting little schnauzy.
I wanted to see his face.
He had no camera access.
Oh, burner account. Hide behind anonymous accounts. Oh.
Well, at least, I mean, there you go. At least he said it. And he's not hiding behind, I ain't no racist. At least he admitted it. I mean, I'll give him that. He's still a colossal piece of shit, but
100%, but we rarely get that kind of honesty.
I bet he was Stephen Miller's nephew. Man, I have got the craziest of crazies today. I mean, I'm talking the fucking nut bags, like the absolute donkey asses. They are horrible.
I've been listening, and we are now scraping the very bottom of the barrel when it comes to MAGA. Like, these are the absolute nut jobs.
Yes, they are bottom of the barrel. Good Lord have mercy. I'm going to need drinks and then therapy. This is draining. Hashinko, I'm not bringing you up. You have 0 followers. You're a bot, or you're just going to come up here and slur, so I don't bring you up. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request button. Come on up. If you want to help support my live, I do have my Cash App Venmo right over here, Diavatalks. Would appreciate any and all support. I would love to meet any of you guys for a drink.
And I will be making a trip to the local bank to make donations to further dilute the whiteness of the population.
I think we should plan I think we should plan a Florida meetup. Paula, thank you for Paula, thank you for the $5 Venmo for having to restart so much. Oh, the Mustache Club. Thank you. I know Hashinkaniko, or whatever the hell your fucking name is. I don't want to learn anything from someone who has 0 followers, which means anything that you say, and you've probably said before, and no one cared to give you a follow. So you're probably a bot, or you're just going to come up here and slur. So, no. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. What do I think of Charlie Kirk? He's a little red-pilled incel. He is not celibate by choice. That's what I'll tell you. He's a disgusting fucking racist, too, so. Okay, I'm just going to block this dude because this guy is not getting a hint. Bye. Bye, Hashiniko. You'll never see me live again. Bye. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. I would never request up. She never listens and cuts people off. Hold on, I got something for you. Ruth, you ready? Oh, that was dedicated to you, Ruth Robinson.
It's one of the best investments you've ever made.
It is. I love it. So sad. I just gave you some crying music. Makes me laugh. I hope it makes you laugh. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. I got off the TikTok shop. I didn't ignore people that brought up CBP and DHS data. He said it was encounters. That's not crossings. I told him to go to CBP and pull up the information. You're welcome. Thank you for paying attention. Jesus Christ. They really are that dumb. Monica, thank you for the $10 for the drink. Thank you for a drink later, having one now because I can't stand these pricks. I love you, Monica. Thank you. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. If you have if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. I'm looking to have a conversation with you. Oh, they are hiding. Either they know this is fucked up, okay? They just can't admit it to themselves. So they just go and troll around all these different live, but they will never request up because they know in their heart it's wrong. They have to know it, or they're just flaming bigots. Yeah, I want to hang out with Monica too, Diane. She's drinking now. It's like, yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I just go hit the Penn Griffey Jr., if you know what I mean.
What'd you say?
I just go hit the Penn Griffey Jr.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, their egos won't allow them to admit it. That's correct. It's the cognitive dissonance that when they get information that's contrary to what they believe, they have an amygdala response. Their brain, they cannot. It puts them in fight or flight. Their body doesn't know the difference. That's why they get so combative and angry and just rabid, like rabid fucking turtles. All of my subscribers in here, put that little rabid turtle sticker up because they think it's funny. And that's kind of what they sound like rabid turtles.
I'm just going to say, of all the live creators, like, your stickers are the most fun. Like, they're just so much fun.
There's the rabbit turtle. Bubble Guts over here on YouTube. Democrats, all immigration is good. Then you would be for open borders. No, we're for due process and Constitution. That's what we're for.
Yeah, let me make this real clear. We don't condone GAMGSs. We don't condone Microsoft 13s. We don't condone TDA. Like, we don't condone any of those things. We're against those things. But what we are for is due process and upholding the Constitution within our country for our citizens and non-citizens, because that's what the Constitution says, and that's what it applies to. So when you're coming here saying, "Oh, you're for open borders, you're for murderers and rapists," no, we're not. Process them, do it, put them through the court system. We're good.
Absolutely. Just got to follow the Constitution. That's all. If they're here undocumented and they snuck over and they're here and all those things, you deport them back. No Democrat has a problem with that. I mean, there might be a few like far-lean leftists who are like, let everybody in, open borders, but the majority of us don't feel that way. We're about rule of law. We know you aren't. You voted for a convicted felon. You can't come up here and say you're for the rule of law and put a convicted felon in the White House who's wiping his ass with the Constitution as we speak.
It's a lot like the 2A laws that Republicans say, "Oh, you're trying to take away our pew-pews, blah, 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 blah." And that's not the case. We are trying to find gun reform in order to make it a better system so that fewer people are harmed, whereas we are looking for border reform, whereas that more people can have a better system in order to get citizenship or not be in this country, something that's more humane and abides by due process.
Exactly. And there should be pathways to citizenship, especially like for the people that have been here for like 30 years or something. They've established a life, they've had families. There should be a pathway of citizenship for them. And you guys should want that. Because then they'll be paying into more taxes and be paying in. They pay taxes into their local communities and through their paychecks and stuff, into Social Security and all of those things. But there should be a pathway to citizenship, especially for the ones that have been here for a really long time. Gina, hi. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I'm 40 and I voted in Michigan.
Okay. What did you want to add? Or what did you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, like the prison without due process is a concentration camp.
Correct.
But they came here illegally, so they did not follow the process to enter America.
That has nothing to do with our Constitution or due process. They're still afforded due process regardless. Every single person, the Constitution. You're breaking up. Is it me that's breaking up or is it her?
No, it's her. Hey, Gina, you need to get closer to your Wi-Fi connection. So wherever your router is, get closer to that because we can't hear you and you're breaking up really bad.
And while you're doing that, let me read to you the 14th Amendment just so that you're completely clear. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor, this is the key part, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. So all persons, any person who's in the United States, so whether they came here undocumented or they came here for vacation, they're still covered under the Constitution and they are given due process. If you are kidnapped off the streets, human trafficked to another country, to be imprisoned, that is a concentration camp. It doesn't matter if they came here illegally, as long as the minute they step on U.S. soil, they're covered.
The first sentence you read explains it all because it actually goes deeper than that.
No, you got to read the whole thing because it said.
But the first sentence you read clearly states that they were born here, even if their parents migrated illegally.
Doesn't say that either. It says.
The first sentence you read.
Correct, but it doesn't say whether their parents are born here. It doesn't say that. But you missed the part where it says nor shall any state
But there's
Okay, please let me finish. Nor shall any state deprive any person, it doesn't say citizen, any persons of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protections of the law. So if they're here on U.S. soil and they're subject to our laws, they're also protected with the Constitution. Just like if somebody was here in Orlando visiting Disney World and someone says they stole something from one of the stores and a police rolls up, they have the right to remain silent. They have a right to an attorney, even if they're from Brazil, because they're in our country. They're subject to our laws. So they're also protected under the Constitution. And that's the same with anyone that walks across the border. I'll invite you to unmute.
Okay, but if you let me read other things from the Constitution, it clearly states that
It clearly states what?
Did we lose her?
that was under your president, Biden.
Okay, we didn't hear you. Your Wi-Fi must have went out completely because we've heard nothing but silence.
No, I was reading the.
Yeah, we didn't hear a single word, is what I'm
basically
saying.
So it says that. Okay, let me read it real quick. Hold on.
What are you reading? I need to know what you're reading.
It is so it's a source from the 270,000 that were removed last year under President Biden.
I'm reading to you from the Constitution. I don't give a flying fuck.
Gina, who interprets the Constitution in our government?
Whose job is it?
Exactly.
What's that?
What do you mean exactly? Like who?
We have three branches of government. Which branch of the government interprets the Constitution?
These people vote.
Wow, like that's really rude to say. Just because I was.
It's true. We talk to you guys day in and day out. You know nothing. You don't understand the Constitution. You don't understand laws. You don't understand. No, Gina, hold on. You don't understand case studies. We have to go through all of this with you guys, and you come up here and make excuses day after day after day, twisting yourself into a pretzel just to mask your blatant racism and saying, oh, well, they don't need to be here. Oh, they're dangerous. When all of the data and information that we have on these people is contrary to that.
How is it racist that I just want us to be in a better living situation than we've been in for 4 years? Like
they commit less crime. You're 4 times more likely to be assaulted by a white man than you are an immigrant.
I'm talking about our economy. I'm talking about
they add to our economy. They paid in almost $100 billion last year.
How much did we pay for them to be here and be put up in hotels and schools in New York? Like, come on now.
How did they end up in New York? How did they end up in New York?
You guys allowed.
How did they end up in New York?
Because Biden flew them.
No. Oh, you are so ridiculous. Okay, Gina. School is in session. Greg Abbott human trafficked them across the state and dumped them in New York. New York is not a border state. They do not receive federal funding like Texas does. They get billions of dollars to house and take care of immigrants. New York does not. Greg Abbott sent them up there without the money. So you stick it to the Dems. And the one hotel that they put them up in was a wing of the Roosevelt Hotel that is closed. And it's been closed for years because there was a massive storm and they're human beings that had to have shelter. So you can take your blah, blah. That was the city of New York that had to pay for that. And that was Greg Abbott's fault. because Hot Wheels is a douchebag and doesn't care about people. Undocumented immigrants get zero food stamps, zero welfare, zero anything from the federal government. They get nothing, absolutely nothing. Asylum seekers are legal, and they do get $12.50 a day to eat per person for 90 days. And then they have to find their own job, their own housings, and all to be able to take care of themselves. They only get it for 90 days. Because why? Because they're human beings and they have to eat.
But look up how much Biden administration gave per person that was illegally here per month. Just look at
Asylum seeking is legal. They are not illegal.
You didn't come here legally.
Asylum seeking is legal. They have to come here.
Even acknowledging the fact that
Okay, let me read to you 8 U.S. Code 1158. You are so unbelievably uneducated, like most Trump supporters. 8 U.S. Code, I'm going to read to you the asylum law. Okay, here we go. Wait for it. This is 8 U.S. Code 1158. This is the border policy we've been under. This is the border policy we've been under since 1984. Okay, well over 40 years. Okay, you ready? Any alien, here we go. Here we go. I need you to listen real closely because words really matter. Any alien who is physically present, aka they have to be here first. Any alien who is physically present in the United States or who arrives in the United States, whether or not at a designated port of arrival, and including an alien who is brought to the United States after having been interdicted in international or United States waters, irrespective of such alien status, may apply for asylum in accordance with this section. They have to set foot on U.S. soil before they can claim asylum. So they are following our laws. If you don't like it, then petition your government to change it. But they are following our laws because they have to be physically present in the country in order to claim asylum. So they are here legally.
At a legal entry point to claim asylum.
I just said, okay, I'm going to put it on the screen because she's having a comprehension problem, or maybe I'm reading too fast. Let me put it on the screen for you.
Gina, I'm going to tell you something.
And we're going to read it together.
So, yeah, absolutely. And Gina, the thing is that...
No, wait.
Gina.
None of them came over at the legal point of entry. None of them did it right.
Yes, they did.
Okay, I need you to be quiet. I'm going to show you.
Yes, they
Here we go. We're going to read it together. I need you to pay attention and pay attention really close because it's very, very specific. Okay? Any alien who is physically present in the United States or who arrives in the United States, here we go, whether or not at a designated port of arrival. They do not have to come in through a port of entry by our law. You don't like it? Tough shit. But that's the law. Whether or not at a port of entry.
Did you get that, Gina?
Did you get that, Gina?
Yeah, I got that, but you still haven't looked up how much money Biden was giving them each month.
I just told you. You're not listening.
The TikTokers that literally went on, they migrated, they came here illegally, and we're talking about how much money they were getting from the Biden administration. Look at that.
That's anecdotal. No, I need a source. A TikTok is not a source.
You look it up. Look up how much the illegals were.
No, you provide me a source. You're making the claim. You go get it. You have Google in your hand. Go. We'll wait. You have Google. You have no. Nope. You have Google in your hand. Go get me a source of how much undocumented immigrants got from the Biden administration.
Okay, give me just a second.
Yeah, go. There's TikTokers on here saying it. No, they couldn't be lying. But them TikTokers said they got it. And then after that, let me know. Let me know who appropriated that money. Oh, her bio. You can be an angel of mercy or give in to hate. You have got to be fucking shitting me. The quote on her bio says, you can be an angel of mercy or give into hate. You have given into hate. Oh, I thought you'd run. Exactly. Coward.
That's hypocritical as fuck.
Oh my God. How gross. She gave into the hate. Why don't you listen to your own quote there, boo-boo bear?
Well, I think that she meant for just white people.
Oh my God. She did give into the hate. That's for sure. Hey, if you guys want to support my live, I do have my Cash App Venmo over here in the little yellow banner. I appreciate you so much. I am here every single day, 7 days a week from 4 to 7 p.m. And I sure appreciate your support. Thank you. And all these people who claim to be Christians, there is not do they think heaven's going to be segregated? That there's going to be a white section and a black section and a Hispanic or Latino section. If you can't live on earth with them, how do you think you're going to survive in heaven? You fake ass Christians.
Look, if I'm wrong and there is a heaven, I fucking hope it's segregated, because just put the MAGA all on one side, but real low, like down low, if you know what I'm saying, and the rest of us will be fine.
It's disgusting. There's no hate like Christian love. It's so gross. Bco, I don't know if you're a friendly or opposition, but if you voted for Donald Trump, you can re-request. It just wasn't connecting. I'm only bringing up Trump voters right now, so if you voted for Kamala, please drop out of the queue, except for you, Val. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. There's almost 900 people in here. I know there's Trump voters in here. Just come up. Let's have a conversation. We will match energy, but if you're going to be a total dumb fuck, I'm going to call you out. I think Jem got clapped. That's why she didn't come back. I don't know if she can come back.
That sucks.
Or she's at work. One of the two. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Oh, Gina, you can come back up if you want to. If you said you were looking for the information, you didn't have to leave the live. You could just Google it. Put you like on a waiting. But if you find your source, you can come back up. If you find your source, come on up. I did ask you for a source, so I will let you come back up for sure. But it can't be TikTok. It can't be Fox News because they lied. They've already been sued for almost $800 million for lying. It's got to be verified sources. It can't be. And it can't be an A1 source.
It can't be TikTok creators. I mean, seriously, she said that. I see these TikTok creators explain. Really? What kind of research did you actually do?
She's like, there's TikTokers who said they got this so much money from the Biden. I'm like, and they could be lying and for clicks and for money. Okay.
I can't make this stuff make sense. Oh, and by the way, there would be segregation there, Gen X. They would go to a different place.
I agree. And it wouldn't be where the pearly gates are.
Yeah, whatever the opposite of that is. They'll start at the pearly gates, but they'll immediately get what they thought their fake Christianity gets them.
Yeah, and an older millennial video is not going to cut it either.
Oh, she brings up OM.
It cannot be TikTok evidence. You know what I've started looking up? I think it's hilarious. I think I should start making people look up Grok. The Grok AI. And make them ask the question to Grok, because that's Elon Musk's. That's his baby. And it answers the question straightforward. And a lot of MAGA they don't like Grok because it tells them the truth. And just shows what big fucking liars MAGA is. Grok is Elon Musk's AI. Did the Biden administration give money? By the way, Joe Biden doesn't have money. He doesn't have a blank check. all money has to go through Congress. So Joe Biden didn't give him a red cent. Sorry. Sorry to burst your bubble.
And certain asylum seekers did get $12 a day for 90 days because
For food.
That was for food. Yeah, it was a food stipend.
But they weren't undocumented. They were asylum seekers, which makes them here legally.
Yep. But they don't care.
No, they don't. Facts be damned.
And just because I was curious, just so people know, New York is our third largest economy in the United States. They provide 8.1% of the GDP within our country. And in 2023, this is the most current year I could find, they provided $1.78 trillion in federal tax dollars. So if they pull money to try and help these people because it's a humanitarian crisis, dump them in New York in the middle of winter, I'm for it. Sure, yeah, do it.
Exactly. These are human beings.
From a state that actually gets federal dollars for that purpose.
That's exactly what I was trying to tell her. I said Texas, Arizona, California, all the border states get federal dollars to house and take care of immigrants. New York doesn't get anything. Gina, where are you? All right, if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Anybody can come up. I mean, not anybody, but any Trump voters. We're not waiting on Gina because I don't think she'll be back. They rarely come back. I would much rather pay taxes to help people that are hungry than give Elon Musk $8 million a day in taxpayer money.
Gina said she was talking.
What? She's not on the panel.
No, that's what she wrote that in there.
I'm talking. Who are you talking to, ma'am? It is not us.
She needed to phone a friend.
Oh, Lord, somebody save me.
Gina, if you have a third party, like, you know, a 3% or a proud baby that you need to have come up.
A proud baby.
We're good. Bring them on up.
You know, those tea groups in America. One of them there tea groups.
Gina thinks she's on the panel. She's not on the panel.
Gina, you are not on the panel. You have to re-request up.
Yep.
You have to request to join. You're not on the panel. Do you see yourself on the screen? My backup account's down there, then Gen X Leftist, then Val. There's nobody above Val. Oh, for fuck's sake, she honestly thinks she's on the panel.
Everybody's going to think she's Val. No, she is not Val.
Jesus, take the wheel. This is utter insanity. You've got to be kidding me.
Was she private?
No. Do you see her in the...
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'm trying to find her too. But it gives me all my friendlies first, so I have to scroll and scroll and scroll. Gina, comment and I'll invite you up. This is the funniest thing I think I've seen, where she thinks she's in the box and she's talking and giving us information.
Gina, I'm going to do you a favor. Get out of this live, scroll out of it, and if it gives you any messages saying, hey, you're going to be disconnected from the live, go ahead and disconnect from the live and then scroll back in, and then maybe we can bring you back in.
Here's a picture of her sideways.
This is crazy. I have never heard. Okay, you invited Gina? Okay. Now just accept the request and it'll bring you up, Gina. Oh, this is so funny.
How old was Gina?
40.
Technology shouldn't be a problem.
All you have to do is accept it. You were invited. You just have to hit accept.
Oh, Rick said he invited her twice.
He did. I saw him because it tells me when people invite somebody up. Oh, Gina, bless your heart, girl. I'd love to continue the conversation, but this is insane. Oh, she follows Candace Owens.
Oh, nice.
I bet she's lying. I bet she's lying. She doesn't have a source, so she's lying.
Candace Owens doesn't like Trump either.
She's lying. I think she's lying. She doesn't have the evidence. Oh, there she is. Come on in, Gina.
I wasn't lying.
Okay, what's the source?
So I was above Gen X. There was no vowel on mine, so obviously my screen probably froze because I was talking the whole time you guys were. But I wasn't being rude.
Gina, you're here now, and that's all that's important. You're here now. We're good. What's that source? We're ready for it.
So basically it says, if you look it up, how much do immigrants get when they're in the country? If you look it up, it says...
Gina,
what's the source?
Gina, I'm going to streamline this for you real simple, okay? Your source is going to be a website and then a title of an article or a study. So tell me what the website is, and then tell me what the title of the article.
Okay, it's hard for me because I'm on my phone, so I'm trying to do this for you guys while I'm on my phone, and it freezes the TikTok every time I do it. If you look up RCA, that is the Refugee Cash Assistance, okay? Look up state by state how much they will give a refugee for cash assistance.
Refugee, that's what we already told you. Asylum seekers and refugees get money because they're human beings and they have to eat while they're here, and they have to have shelter while they're here.
They choose to come here illegally. I had a friend that
Oh my God! I don't, Val. Maybe I literally explained it to her. I've read her 1158. I don't know what else to say.
I actually have this. Gina. So there is a difference between asylum seekers and refugees. When refugees come over to this country, yes, they do go through a social program and they do meet with somebody to see if they can get housing assistance and see if, because they're a refugee, they're coming from a war-torn country.
No, there's only three ways.
No, Gina, stop. No, we're not doing this. No, that's not the case, because they have to go through every single one of their cases to see if they even qualify for what's going on in their country. I know a social worker that does this very specific job. Okay, some of these people get denied because they can't find any actual proof that what they're going through is actually happening. So guess what? They get deported. And then there's some people that do have very valid claims. This isn't just willy-nilly, hey, here's some money, and they put them up into a house, and it depends on their situation for either 30 to 90 days. That means they have that amount of time to find a job. And then after those 90 days, welcome to America, they don't get any more assistance. And it could be as little as 30 days. Gina, those are refugees, not fucking asylum seekers.
Okay, first of all, you don't have to swear at me because I'm not being rude to you guys. Second of all, I do have a heart. I do care about everything going on in America. I don't think that anybody that came over the borders illegally with illegal entrance should be here.
They have to come over. They have to step.
There are points of entry where they can.
No, I've read it to you. I read it to you twice. I put it on the screen so you could see it. I put it on the screen where it says whether or not at a port of arrival. I literally read it to you, put it on the screen, showed you what else do you need.
I'm saying that if you want to come to America, you have to follow the process.
Oh my God.
They did. And they did.
Not. Nobody has documentation of any of the people that are here.
Yes, that's a lie, man.
That's a lie.
Oh my gosh, really? That's a lie?
Yes.
So how many illegals are in America right now?
They're called undocumented. Don't call human beings illegal.
Hold on, answer her question properly. There is 0 illegals.
Okay, so what happens if you go to, so everybody wants America to take in all these refugees from war-torn countries or whatever.
What does the side of the Statute of Liberty say?
So my question is, what if you try to go to China illegally? You try to enter there.
We are not governed. We have to follow China's laws. Our law, U.S. Code 1158, says you have to be on U.S. soil to claim asylum. They have to enter, quote unquote, illegally. And the moment, stop talking. The moment they approach a border agent and says, I'm seeking asylum, they are then legal.
Except for the fact that none of them did that. They came over through open ports of entry and did not discuss it.
Jesus
with
fucking
anybody.
Christ.
That's untrue.
She's beyond
There's
help.
no such thing as an open port of entry.
There are points of entry and there are ways to come across where they were not coming across. How did that many people get processed in one day? You tell me that.
Ma'am, do you know?
That's because we have border patrol.
Well, not only that, do you know how many ports of entry we have?
There are like 7 or 8 different ports of entry.
Try again.
But you're telling me the people that just walk through the borders, nobody talked to them.
See, what you don't. what
She
you
is
don't
so
understand
lost.
When you talk about.
You're not
when you talk
lost. You
about
guys
ports
just
of entry,
bully people and you don't want to listen and all you do, but I bet you anything, if they showed up at your door,
You're wrong.
20 immigrants, you would not take them in and give them food and shelter.
I sure would.
Open your
I
house.
absolutely would. 150,000%. Because every single immigrant I've ever met in my life are kind, loving, generous people. My neighbors are all from different countries. And they're the most loving, wonderful, giving people. And I would never, ever, ever want to live next to a goddamn MAGA person who has no fucking soul.
Ma'am, we base ourselves based on what's going on
Really
around
harsh because I
But
do
you need
care
to
about
understand,
people
no,
and I
Gina,
do
shut
care
up.
about
No, you
I
don't.
do care about the economy and I
Here, Gina, let me make this clear. Shut the fuck up. Okay, first off, I don't care about your feelings. And
I don't care about your
law
feelings.
doesn't
I
care
that's
about your
what
feelings. Gina, shut up.
You're wrong.
Feelings, and I don't care, and the law does not care about your feelings. We care about the facts. The facts are is this, is anybody that comes across that border and claims asylum has to prove their claim. That actually happens at the border. If they have the claim and the people at the border decide they can go ahead and claim asylum, they then are put into process. And at that point, they become what we refer to as undocumented. Now, y'all like to assume that undocumented means illegal. No, it means that they just don't hold U.S. documents. Okay? This is what this means, ma'am. And then after that point, they go through the court process. If you ask anybody that understands this, we believe this is the biggest failure of our system, is the court process. Because it takes forever to get people through the court process.
And that's not their fault.
And it's not their fault. Okay? So that is one of the biggest issues. And that is what the bill that came out last year actually addressed. Okay? Was going after that court process and turning that from what has been a 3, 4, 5, 10, 20-year process to it has to be done within 1 year. Okay? That was the first thing that bill addressed. But as states, our laws, they are. And here's the numbers, man. Of the 100% of people that come through that border and claim asylum, in the end, after their court date, only about 8 to 12% of them per year are allowed to stay and become U.S. citizens. And over the course of 2014 to current, because this was done last year, from 2014 to current, all immigrants in this country that were undocumented were numbered at 14 million. That was over a 10-year period, not a 3-year period.
And why do they never care about the northern border? Oh, I know. I know. Because they're not brown.
Every international airport in this country is a port of entry. Every shipping aisle, every shipping channel that we have in this country is a port of entry, as well as all the ports of entry along the border. And man, that number's much bigger than 7.
Gina, I want to ask you a question, and I really want you to think about your answer before you answer it. Why is it that you do not like the southern border and brown people? Because of this conversation, we know that you've done actually zero research into what they're actually doing in our country and what they contribute to our country and crime statistics, nothing. You know nothing about this. yet we have it all memorized. So I want to ask you very specifically, what is it that you have against brown people? Is it because they have done something to you personally, or because the orange man said brown people bad?
Okay, first of all, if you guys just let me talk uninterrupted, because you guys are very rude.
I'm not ready.
No.
Well, I just let him talk.
I want to give you the number.
He just asked me a question, so
I'm going to give you that number whether you like it or not, because you've talked over us the whole time. That number of ports of entry into the U.S., your 7 that you gave us, is actually 320.
Now you can answer his question.
I have nothing against any person at all. I have nothing against anybody. I care about America. So when I see us, don't interrupt me, because this is true. I care about our vets, our VA veterans, our veterans that are not.
Trump doesn't.
You're out of your mind. No, you're so dumb. Oh my God, you voted for Trump, right?
We have a problem here in America that we need to fix before we try.
That Trump is going to make worse. Are you out of your mind? Holy crap. Did you just really say, I care about the vets and I care about the homeless? Yeah, Trump is gutting the VA. He's going to cut another 80,000 employees out of the VA, where they're already spread thin enough to try and take care of our veterans, and they're going to take benefits away from veterans. Are you out of, like, do you know nothing? You research nothing? I'm done.
No, you're sitting there calling me, saying that I don't help brown people. And no, you guys don't understand. I want our children,
You don't want anything but your rhetoric to continue spreading, and we're done with that, so you know. So here's where we're at.
calling me
When it
names.
comes to veterans,
No one has called. No one called you a name.
Yeah.
Everybody's called me a name in here. Are you kidding me? You guys are nothing but mean people that don't want to hear anything of the point of view to do a lot.
Gina, I've referred to you as Gina every time I've called you that.
You called me an effing DA. You called me freaking a racist. Basically, like.
That's not a name. That's true. I called you a racist because you are.
I'm not.
If the shoe fits.
If the hood fits.
How? If I'm a racist, then why am I with a Mexican?
Oh, the tokenization. Great.
That just happened.
That's just gross.
If I'm a racist, why do I care more about
And your
black
statement
people
you
in our
just made,
country?
ma'am, your statement.
Because you're trying to say I'm a
you
racist
just
and you're trying to put me in a box with people.
The statement you just made was racist.
My dad was 30 years Navy and I lived everywhere in this world. And I can tell you, I don't agree with what was going on with the mask.
She's up here to spread absolute utter BS.
No, I'm not.
Yes, because you are spreading absolute utter.
I am not. When people apply-
Didn't you say you were? Wait a minute. You said you were in the military for 30 years. You said you were 40 years old.
My dad was military for 30
Oh,
years.
get the fuck out of
Go
here.
over.
So ridiculous.
You just can't understand that other people have different
And
opinions.
you said he was in the
Don't
Navy.
call people mean or racist because they don't agree with your
dad was
views.
in the Navy, correct?
Real quick, Kayla, thank you for the $2 Venmo. Does Gina not understand that the law isn't decided by Gina's opinions?
The law wasn't by your opinions either, or what Biden did.
And I didn't give you an opinion. What did I give you? Did I give you my opinion, or did I pull out 8 U.S. Code 1158, which is our asylum law, and read it to you?
Seek asylum, how they have to go through the due process of doing it.
And Gina, the one time I asked your opinion, you tokenized your husband.
I never said it was my husband, first of all. I said I was with a Mexican. So
Oh
I
my
didn't
Jesus
tokenize it.
Christ.
You said I didn't like brown people. That's rude because you don't know anything.
Bye, Gina.
Thank you, Val.
Absolutely.
I'm going to have to get smashed tonight. Jesus Christ.
I mean, are you kidding me right now? We already told you it was wrong the first time you did it.
If you guys would like to contribute to my drink or my therapy fund, I have my Cash App Venmo over here on the banner. And I believe Val and Gen X Leftists have their information in their bios too. If you want to help give us some support, because today has been fucking wild.
That was nuts.
She's like, you just give an opinion. I'm like, I literally read to you the asylum statute, not an opinion. Oh, for fuck's
Oh,
sake.
and one thing, if she said her dad was in the Air Force and she had moved all over the country and all that stuff because he was Air Force, that would be one thing. That doesn't happen as much with Navy.
The Navy.
Because Navy people are usually assigned to a ship, which is either out of San Francisco, San Diego, or the Eastern Seaboard, Chicago, and New York. So you've got a lot of explaining to do of how you moved all over this country with the Navy.
I was with a Mexican. What the hell? Oh.
When she said that, I was like, oh no, come on.
No, I can tell you right now, that woman hasn't spent a day in Hawaii. They'd shoot her up.
She said all over the world, not the country. She said all over the world.
She'd have accidentally got hit by a coconut.
Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that shell.
That was awesome. Yeah, all over the world and learned nothing.
Oh my God. If you don't like the asylum laws, petition your congresspeople to change it. But your feelings about it do not matter. It is the law. Oh, thank you, gracious. That's so pretty.
There it is again.
Oh my God, the penguin. I've never seen that one. Oh, that's so cute.
The surfer penguin wins.
I've never seen that one.
Surfer penguin.
That was amazing.
Right, that's like saying, exactly, someone in the comments just said, that's like saying misogynists don't marry women.
Right.
Just because you, oh, they're so cute. Sorry, it's like squirrel. The cute emojis are going to just distract me every time.
A surfing penguin is and fitting, by the way.
Right? That's so cute. Oh, there's one for Val. Oh my God, those are so cute.
My wife hates it when I say this, but that's totes adorbs.
Totes adorbs. Greg sent Val another one.
I'm thinking about all those penguins on that island right now going, man, look at them go.
Everybody, oh, I got another penguin. Oh my God, these are so cute. Oh, I got the corgi bus.
So cute.
Oh my God, the gifts just make me so happy. Stop giving me blanket tariffs, says the surfing penguin.
Oh, that's a fact. There's a fact right there.
Oh, that was funny.
Those poor penguins.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is too funny. Let me bring up somebody for y'all to talk to. I have to run to the restroom, but I'll bring somebody up to start chatting.
Whoever designed that penguin,
So cute. Oh, you got a penguin!
Oh my God.
Oh, wait, another penguin! You got one too.
I got two penguins.
You got two penguins from Jeanette. Dr. Cutter, did you vote for Trump or Harris?
I got another penguin.
Oh, I'm voting for Harris.
Oh, I thought so. I just want to be sure. I figured. I thought we were mutuals. I just wasn't. I just had a brain fart, so I had to ask. Thank you guys for all the gifts.
I came up here because I wanted to talk to Miss Gina.
Oh.
You're being full-on racist.
Yeah.
You're talking about Gina's still the calmest baby girl. Hispanic is not a race.
I gotta go to the
So
bathroom.
you can be white, Hispanic, you can be black Hispanic. So please stop trying to tokenize something you don't even know is not a race. Because I am Hispanic, ma'am, and I'm also African. So it just shows that you're uneducated and you clearly have no idea what you're talking about. But I digress.
You assume the visa work.
Hey, Val.
How you doing, Cutter?
I ain't seen you in a long time.
It's been a minute.
You're mutuals, but I haven't seen you in a long time.
I had a feeling that was you. You kind of threw me off. You know, you changed your screen name a little bit, threw me off a little bit. I was like, is that who I think it is?
Well, yeah, because everybody kept telling me to because they always target black women when they have doctorates and everything. And I didn't feel like arguing with people. And of course, when I was like, you just change your name into your real title and stop this, and stop putting little cutter, put your title. And I was like, okay, fine. And of course, they did exactly what I thought they were going to do.
That tracks.
I find it funny because a lot of these people come on these panels and they come up, they're not racist. One thing that a non-racist person has to do is say they're not racist. Their actions show it.
That's 100% true.
If you are not racist, the words "I'm not racist" will never come out of your mouth.
I agree.
I have said for a long time that racism and misogyny are things that are still, they're in my personality because of how I was raised and the environment I was in, and it's something I will unpack for the rest of my life. And I am not perfect. I have still made mistakes, and I ask for education from other people so that I can do better and I can reflect and I can do the work. And so when somebody says, especially a white person says, I'm not racist, I'm like, you're wrong. I hate
Correct.
to say it, but you're wrong.
Unless you're actively doing something to educate yourself and to work on being anti-racist, then just saying I'm not a racist does not absolve you of your racism. If you're white and you're born in this country, you have inherent racism. Our system was built on it. So you probably don't think because you don't use the N-word or you don't, say stuff like that. That's just not one form of racism. That is a very horrific thing to say, but you can be racist without ever using the N-word.
Just to put this out there, you are not Gen X in this country and have never made a mistake. I'm just saying.
Oh geez, we lived with mistakes. Electric Al Shar, thank you for the $10 cash app for the drink fund. Thank you so much.
You see the covert and overt racism.
Correct.
A lot of people do overt, and the people that I want a lot of people to please, if you are actually deconstructing, I recommend you read Nice Racism, because
Nice
progressives
Racism
are actually more racist than the ones who are overtly racist, because they don't realize they're doing it.
Nice Racist or Nice Racism? I'm looking up the book. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Nice Racism.
Okay.
This is the same one that wrote White Fragility.
Okay. I have read that one. Oh, how progressive white people perpetrate. Oh, that looks like it should be really good.
Oh, it is.
Okay, I looked it up. Thank you. I'll order that when I get off here.
Well, we don't hold that to one side. Y'all like to think we do.
No, we'll call out our own side too.
Yeah, but usually they're the ones who will correct themselves. They're not going to just sit there and say, "Oh, I'm not." No. Those are the ones. If you actually sit there and open your mouth and say, "I'm not racist," and I've done the work, you think it stops? It doesn't. It's lifelong.
100%.
It learns. Oh, I learned this and now I'm not racist. No, it's a lifelong journey, because no matter what, there's always news put out there that is portraying black and brown people as being something that they are not. And when most of the things that are put onto brown and black people are projections of who the other community is.
Yep.
Statistics are not showing what y'all are trying to put out there. Statistics show that white teen men, especially, are the ones who do the most crimes and the worst crimes in this country.
You mean like somebody that recently said they were going to set the police free in black neighborhoods? That guy.
Oh yes.
Oh, my backup just dropped. Real quick, thank you, Tara, for the $25 Venmo. Have a few cocktails on me. Gina done wore me out, honey. Yeah, me too, girl.
Gina was a lot of work.
I wanted to talk to her. I wish I hadn't dropped her. Gina knows me because I went after her before.
Ah. So she's heard this all before.
Oh yeah, she's heard all of this before. She goes on platforms doing this. She thinks that she then she starts to little tears. Oh, I'm not racist. I can't be because of this. And I'm like, look.
Because I've been with a Mexican, she said.
Yeah, I'm like, look. Even black people have biases. We have prejudices.
Sure.
And some of our prejudices are warranted because of things that we have been through.
They're founded,
But
right?
we still have to recognize those things. I mean, she told me, "Oh, I don't see color. I can't stand that." Because one thing I can honestly, I don't see color. When I walk out the door, I see nothing but images of people. I don't see people because I'm blind.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm blind. I'm legally
Oh.
blind.
Oh, wow.
The problem is that even before I lost my sight, I literally, when I went out the door, I just saw people. I can say that I don't see color.
You can legit say that.
I mean, but see, that's the thing. I have been trained to see people, as human beings.
Mm-hmm.
I do see the fact that you are white tea. I do see the fact that you are indigenous. I do see the fact. I see all that. I see Asian. I see all that. But when I see you, all I see is another person.
Right.
That is what people learn. You don't learn to sit there. Oh my God. Oh, she's Asian, so that stereotype they use. Oh, she can't drive. Stuff like that. I don't look at people like that. If you can't drive, you can't drive. I don't give a crap what color you are. But the point is that people are constantly putting stereotypes on black and brown people that are not true for the most part. Because I find it's funny when Trump likes to say we're lazy, or people say we're lazy. We weren't lazy. We were running for free for you.
Right. Building your White House and taking care of your kids and taking care of your houses and picking your crops and
for every confession, for every projection is a confession from you, because it's who you are. Because if you would not have an ugly soul and an ugly way of thinking, you would not come out saying I'm not racist. Because any white tea person knows, who is actually doing the work, knows that they're inherently racist.
yes.
And there's biases and things that are put out there and projected to them that are not true. And they know how to dig through them and separate what is true and what is not true. And they find out more and more that the people who are actually causing the harm are not the ones they're accusing constantly.
They are not.
As black people as a whole, we are loving. We are caring about people. We don't care which. If you come out and you want to party, we're going to party with you. And you're going to be part of that clique with us. And you're going to have fun. And you're going to have some seasoned food for one.
No bland chicken. no boiled chicken, right?
Yeah, we don't sit there and hound you for being white tea and joining our family. We don't care. You're just a human being. My sister, I guess this would be tokenizing in a way. My sister-in-law is white tea. I can't stand her, but I love her too.
You love her, but you don't like her as a person?
Well,
It's okay. You don't have to say.
I don't like my brother either, so I don't like either one of them. But I love my niece. I absolutely love her. She's a beautiful, blended mocha chocolate, just beautiful young lady.
Nice. Anything else, Dr. Cutter, before I bring up the next person?
And the thing is, go ahead. I would love to challenge somebody.
Oh no, I don't have any Trump supporters. I'm talking about the next friendly, because from 6 to 7 I bring anybody up, and it's mostly a Harris supporter. So you're probably not going to have any Trumpers unless they request up. But there isn't any right now.
Okay.
But I'll leave you up here though. I don't have a problem leaving you up here. We can leave you up here. Oh. Pete has Seth's liver. And see, Dr. Cutter, I did want to, real quick before, I want to say one more thing, because I'll forget. With my ADHD, if I don't get it out, it'll be gone forever. My mom and dad raised me, and they were like, my mom would always say, we don't,
Excuse me, there is a message for you.
No, that's okay. It was his background that was so loud. My mom and dad raised me. We don't see color. We don't see color. So I used to be one of those white people who would go around and be like, I don't see color, because that's what my mom and dad, how they raised me. Until I learned that is also racist because you're supposed to see color. You're supposed to see them, appreciate them, accept them, love them for being just who they are. But being colorblind is ridiculous because it's a lie. Other than in your case, because you said you're blind, it's impossible to not see someone's color. So to say that is disingenuous. So I had to learn that and change that in myself. I don't ever say those words anymore. I don't see color because that's not good.
Well, you gotta understand, like when people say that, the first question you need to ask them is, "What color is your car?"
Yep,
When
right.
they tell you that, you see color. To say that you don't see colors, it means you don't see my fight, the issues that are in my community,
Correct.
the things that are being, the harm that's being created. You're dismissing it because people always, I don't see no racism. I don't see this because you're, especially white people that say that. I'm like, look, you're not experiencing what we experience, so of course
Correct.
you don't see it. But if you're perpetrating it, then you're part of the problem.
Correct.
And this, I don't see color is to say I don't see your problems. I don't see the issues that's going on in your community. I don't see what's actually happening to you.
And I don't see you. Right. I don't see you.
Yeah, I don't see you. And that's a lot of the problems in America is that they don't see other people and people of color as humans. That's why they don't mind. As long as it's not happening to me, oh, I don't care what happens to you. But then you call yourself a human when you want to take away human rights, when you want to take away the civil liberties of people. We're supposed to be the freest country in the world. If we're the freest country in the world, how are there people still suffering through the hands of white supremacy?
Exactly.
I don't get it. That's not free. You mean free for only one group of people?
Correct. I agree. Thank you. And I just wanted to get that off because that's how I was raised with the whole, I don't see color until I learned, Jesus, that's bad. You're supposed to see their color. Right? Like you're lying. It's just your get out of jail free card that I'm a white person who I'm not racist. I don't see color. It's bullshit. Pete Heck says lizard. Lizard. Oh my God. Seeing as though that's Opie saying Pete Hess says lizard, it has a whole nother meaning.
That's gonna be after
Oh.
I don't know. I was looking forward to Pete's brother. I don't know this Pete. Well, no, I just wanted to. I had a little song.
What is that noise?
Because I've been listening, and I just wanted to say, come back. You gotta hold on. Come back. In love with her.
Does anyone else hear that?
Hold on, it is super loud.
It sounds like an air compressor.
It is connection where it is loud. It sounds like super static.
That's insane.
It is so loud. Is he making margaritas?
This is better.
Well, I don't hear it anymore, so yes.
Oh, sorry about that. I was just saying, I don't know if you heard what I said.
Yeah.
Earlier.
The song?
Yeah, but Gina.
Yeah.
We started drinking at noon. A little bit, 11 a.m. She thought she knew how to do research, but it wasn't the right research. She was just watching more TikTok things that I sent to her. I've been trying to work on her. I've been trying to send her like Pearl Mania 5,000 clips.
Pearl Mania.
It's not working. I just want her to be normal.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pete.
I'm hoping she's breaking my liver, I guess. She's breaking the heart inside my liver.
Oh, God.
But
oh, my God.
It's painful. It's painful to hear somebody fail, think they're so right, and fail so hard.
And still didn't get it. Like, I put it on the screen for her so she could see. She's like, yeah, but they have to come through a port of entry. I'm like, I literally just read it to you that they don't.
You know what it is? It's Wile E. Coyote running into the painted-on tunnel on the mountainside that he painted.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yes. I'm just like, oh, my Jesus Christ, lady.
I might be showing my age at that point when I'm quoting Wile E. Coyote cartoons.
And these people vote.
Liver, I got a question for you. Is there any chance that you might be, I don't know, feeling like you might be going on strike sometime soon?
No, I can't. I'm contractually obligated to keep this MFer alive.
Yeah, no, I get that. But I mean, with all the consumption, doesn't it just make you want to give up some days? And I'm just saying, you should take a break.
Hold on. He's taking it in a sip.
I'm just saying, you work really hard. You never take a vacation. I'm just saying, take that long overdue vacation.
Take the long overdue vacation. Hey, you know what? I'll try to make the McDonald's kick in on somebody else, and I'll take a vacation too. We'll have some good times. But you can drop me down. Have a great night. Love everybody.
You too. Thank you.
I hope you keep your wife out of the White House.
Oh, yesterday he came up as RFK Jr.'s brainworm. Oh my God, was that funny? AZ Mike, how are you, my friend?
All right, how are you doing?
Good.
Good. Just checking in on you guys, seeing how you're doing. But yeah, this was a wild one today.
Oh, today was nuts. We have a flash goal down there, guys. I just need 40 people to send one of the coins. It only costs you 1 coin. So if you wouldn't mind knocking this one out, I'd appreciate it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. No, just because it was a wild one today, especially Gina. I mean, that poor lady. She's not poor lady, but you know, I'm just saying she needs
comprehension was not her strong suit, shall we say?
No, that's right. And she's indicative of every MAGA out there. I mean, she has, you know, and you get when she said that. I'm with a Mexican.
I've been with a Mexican. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, it's like, is that what, her servant or something? Or?
God almighty.
That woman was 10 hard toes down in racism.
Oh,
yeah,
she certainly was. I mean, she reeked of it. I mean, I could sense it right away just from everything she was saying and everything. And of course, me being Latino and everything, I know for a fact that she was just...
She was gone, man.
Yeah, she was. And then when she kept saying, I'm not racist. I'm like, yeah, you're racist.
Mike,
yeah.
You're not the Mexican she was talking about. Okay, God. Good. Okay, cool.
I would never be with her. No, thank you. No, she had a husband or son. No, just kidding.
Right? I take her man from her, but I don't want her.
Yeah, I take her man from her. That's no problem. If he's good looking, I'll go after him.
Right? No discriminating there. Just I'll take her man, but not her.
Right, exactly.
She's not my type, huh?
I'm just saying that she would tokenize anybody, so she'd be like, yeah, that's the one right there. I'm like, I think you got the wrong one, buddy.
Right. She would, yeah, she would. She was very, and I think I've seen her in other lives. She sounded familiar, and so that's why I don't know where I saw her from, or if she was in Polly's live or someone else's live. I can't remember whose, but she was doing the same thing basically, and just being as racist as ever. So, you know, I get around from live to live here, and I see them. I see some of the ones that just like to do that, just like to go around and kind of raise hell. But anyway.
And they never learn a thing.
Yeah. They never do.
They don't learn.
They're just doing it to just instigate, I think. And like, you had a guy earlier, too, that was started saying a whole bunch of words you can't say on TikTok. You remember it? And
yeah.
Right when we started. And I think he was just doing it to get your live taken down.
Probably.
It sounded like it. You got rid of him right away. I saw that. You're like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, no.
Like, those guys, that's what they like to do, too. So, but anyway,
that's why I just block them. That's why... When I'm like, when I just say keep them muted or whatever, it's because I'm blocking them. When I open the thing up to block them, I'm not able to simultaneously mute them. So I have to have somebody, while I'm blocking them, I have to have somebody muting them so that I can block them. Because I don't want them to come back. They'll come back another day and do the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't want trolls.
If you have to go to your backup, then they start popping up over there too. So
exactly.
I've seen that happen. So, oh goodness, these people.
I mean, my two adult children are half Mexican. I don't tokenize them.
Right.
I don't say I'm not racist because my kids are half Mexican. Like I don't do that.
Right, exactly. Or then I have people that like say like, well, I can't be homophobic because I know gay kids. I have a lot of gay friends. I'm like, yeah, so.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of the people in the LGBT community, some of them are Trump supporters too. So it's just, and they're just like punching themselves in the face. But at any rate, I digress. But no, I just wanted to say hey, just check in on you guys and see what you're up to. And I love you, Val. I love you, Gen X, and of course, Dr. Cutter is very good to hear you, and of course, Diava, my one and only Diava.
Thank you, Mike.
Love you.
I love you too. You know that.
All right. Well, I'll take space for someone else now.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate you.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye, Mike.
Bye.
Hey guys, I gotta drop down too. I gotta do the dinner thing, feed the dogs, take them out, all that good stuff. Just want to say, I got another penguin.
You got another penguin.
You're so sweet. Like, yeah, like squirrel.
Exactly. No, you know me. I'm like, oh yay.
Dr. Cutter, I gave you a follow. Thank you for coming up and speaking. I really appreciate it too. Val, you went like it was there for a moment. It was there for a moment. Dark Val made his appearance, and I really appreciate it. Yeah,
I loved it.
Just for a moment.
All right, Gen X, thank you so much for coming up and joining us today, my friend.
No, thank you for having me as always. I love you so much.
I know you do. And I did want to say one more thing before you drop, if you don't mind. I genuinely appreciate you checking in on me every single day while I was having this issue with this infection across my face. That really meant a lot to me. So I wanted to say thank you publicly.
I love you.
I know.
But
like you texted me that night. Did you get your meds yet? And then the next morning, how you doing? You doing all right?
I know that we met each other through the app, and
oh, where did Germ go?
I don't know. And some of my friendships on here, it's just on the app. You're an actual friend,
right?
And you're one of my closest friends, so I'm really happy you're okay.
Thank you.
I haven't hugged you yet, so you have to be around for that.
I know, that was so cute. I literally cried because I told you what I had to do. I don't have any support. I don't really have anyone when I really need a hug or something. It's not up to my kids to fulfill that need for me. They're kids. So I'm not, and they don't like to hug anyway, because, on the spectrum. So I just needed a hug. I was in so much pain. I was hurting so bad. My whole face hurt. All those things hurt. I needed a hug so bad. So I literally called my mom, who lives 2 doors over. And I said, can you meet me out on the sidewalk? And so she met me out on the sidewalk, and she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I just need a hug. I just need a hug. And I just started melting. I was bawling. And so the next morning when Gen X left us, he said, how are you doing? I said, I think, it's getting better. He's like, good, because I haven't got a chance to hug you yet. I don't want anything to happen to you. And I just, boom, started crying. Because sometimes I need a hug. Everybody just needs a hug every once in a while. So the only person I can call is my mom. So I appreciate that. That was really sweet of you. I appreciate you.
But you can always reach out to me too. So,
I know.
Again, I love you.
I love you too.
Wonderful night, and I will talk to you guys later.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
And bye-bye. I did want to thank, hold on, I can't. I'm going to try to drop Gen X real quick if I can. That thing's in the way. Did he drop? Okay, he dropped. I wanted to thank all of you on here that insisted that I go to the doctor, to the urgent care 2 nights ago, and made me get off the live and go do my telehealth urgent care appointment. Because this was really bad.
I wonder who that would have been.
It was Jem. Well, and everybody, but Jem was like, you need to go.
Yeah, you need to go. Well, we both go.
Or you both. Yeah, exactly. I was in so much pain. I forget, but it went all the way up inside.
Your nose into your nasal passage.
It went up, and it was closing by last night. It was closing off almost my whole nostril. And there was all kinds of stuff inside, all the way up. So the medication, they didn't say what it was. It probably was a staph infection, but if I wouldn't have done it, I would have been in trouble. And I really appreciate you guys encouraging me because the antibiotics are working beautifully. It's almost, even Ava walked in this one and she's like, oh my goodness, it looks so good. Even though it still looks kind of gross, it was really bad last night.
That's good.
And then tonight I woke up and it's, it's irritating, but it's not painful anymore. So the medication, the antibiotics are doing its job, and the topical is doing its job to draw it out. But I appreciate you all because I am the last person on earth to take care of myself because I always take care of those around me. And I know that if I'm not here to take care of them, I can't take care of them either. But sometimes I push myself to the very back burner of taking care of myself. And this could have been really bad.
One example of doing that, and this can actually turn our way back. That's why I'm sick as I am now. But I would tell you the next stage after staph.
Carrie, thank you for
flesh eating.
Is what?
It's flesh eating.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I'm taking pictures. I'm taking pictures of it just to be sure, like every day that nothing's growing, but it's definitely shrinking. So I know the medication's working. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
I got staph on one of my eyes, and if I hadn't gone to the doctor when I did, they told me the next stage was that it was going to be flesh eating, and it was just it started as like a small scar, and it got worse. So I'm a prime example of putting your children first, putting everybody else first, and putting yourself last. I wouldn't be as sick as I am now if I had put myself before others to take care of myself instead of just automatically taking care of my children.
And thank you. I want to say thank you to Tara and Andrea. Thank you for doing this.
Well, you are so welcome, Val. Hello to
She's
you.
on the panel right now.
I just did. I didn't know I did.
I just brought her up.
I'm like, I'm going to say thank you. And I look up and there's Tara. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that was a mistake. But while I'm up here, I just want to say thank you again to you, Val, and Diava. You guys are amazing. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't learn something from either one of you. You always have wonderful people here. You, Jem, Val. This has just been amazing to me. But anyways, that's too mushy. But hey.
Well, I want to thank you for I want to thank you for all your support. You have been supporting me since day one, and your generosity toward me is very, very appreciated.
Oh, you're so welcome. We go back to politics days.
I know.
Don't we?
Yeah, we do. And so, I just appreciate the support because I never my whole life ever thought that I would ever find
I hear you.
a community of people that would be so loving and kind and generous toward me for just coming and doing this every day. And, it's just been the most wonderful experience of community that I've ever found probably in my life. So I just wanted to thank you. Since you don't come up very often, I wanted to be able to thank you directly. So
Deserve every bit of it, girlfriend. And
Thank you.
I have found more friends on this app. I can't believe it, the good friends that I found. And
yeah,
they're true friends. There's some real a-holes up here, but the good people are out there.
yes,
Right? I'm like, there are days where I'm like, oh, you just can't go out there today. It's just my blood pressure goes up. You probably see me on in your chat. I get so frustrated.
girl, my blood pressure goes up too. I've even said it before. I'm like, I have to stop, or I'm going to have to. My blood pressure is going to send me into a cardiac arrest.
Oh, I just can't believe we have such hateful people in this country. I don't know. I just don't understand. I just do not understand any of it. But I guess,
I don't understand such hatefulness. Like, I don't understand.
I know it. I just, well, thank God we have each other. I'm not going to hang out here. And is that Dr. Cutter?
Uh-huh.
Hi, nice to meet you, Dr. Cutter. She's going after that Gina person. Oh God, was she annoying? Jesus.
I was getting so frustrated with her because I would literally read it to her, put it on the screen, and then she's like, but they have to come into a port of entry. I'm like, bitch, did you just not hear me?
Can you just say dumb as a box of goddamn rocks? I mean, like, so over these people. Jesus Christ.
They're so dumb.
Anyway.
You're at the education level is high.
Lord have mercy.
It really wasn't. But anyway, I'm going to let you carry on. I love you guys.
Thank you, Tara. I love you too.
All right. Take care.
All right. You too, honey. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back, Jim. This is Jim's backup, the little bat signal down here.
Oh, I'm so frustrated.
You didn't even really say anything. It's weird.
I said nothing.
I know.
And then I by the time I tried to appeal it, they kept telling me I had to wait 24 hours, and then I got busy, so I was like, forget it. And then I didn't want to cuss anybody out, so.
I feel you.
But...
Well, yeah, I was saying you probably really wanted to, but. Dr. Keisha, welcome.
Hey, everybody. Oh, that's Jim. I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, that's Jim.
Man, she has more accounts than anybody I know.
Well, her backup account got hacked.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that got hacked.
Oh, so this
Right.
is good.
Yeah.
Do I have to wait my phone? This Jim and June? Yeah, I'm following you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're doing better, Diava.
I am.
I didn't know you were sick.
I popped a pimple under my nose. That's it.
Oh,
I woke.
You never heard about that?
I woke up the next day,
The connection?
and my whole face. Oh my God. And it started going up and I was on my live and everyone's like, are you okay? What's wrong? I was off. I was hurting. I was in so much pain. But I was still trying to do my live and everything. And so I'm like, my nose is just really bad. And I had it covered with a Band-Aid because it was so red that the ring light like brought it out like fucking Rudolph. And Jem and Val and everybody in here is like, get off the live. Because I said, I'll do a telehealth urgent care visit because I can do that with my insurance. They're like, then get off the live and go do it. And I was dragging my feet because I was going to go to urgent care like a regular walk-in, but those always take so long. And so I was like, I'll just do my live and let's see if it gets any better. Maybe it won't be any worse. Well, I couldn't move my lip. My lip would go out when I would try to talk or smile. So I couldn't even talk right because it was like numbing this whole area. It was so wild. And everybody in the live was like, nope, get off right now and go do your telehealth and then come back. So I went and did the telehealth, talked to the doctor. He called me in clindamycin and a topical. I can't remember. It begins with an M, but I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But he's like, do that. And I took pictures of it so I could see if it spread or if it, because if it got any worse, I probably would have to go to the hospital if that antibiotic didn't work. But it's working great. It's down half in size and it's way less red and it's not painful anymore. It just has to take time to finish going away. So it was extremely painful.
If you had waited, I would have been so pissed at you because
I would have been pissed at myself. It was bad.
It was terrible. I mean, and you need to stop touching your face, woman. Stop touching your face.
Oh, I touch my foot. If I touch my nose, I use my toilet paper. I literally have an entire bag, and then I have a hand sanitizer next to it. So then if I do accidentally touch my nose, then I have hand sanitizer, so I sanitize my hands in between. I'm surprised my hands aren't raw. But anywho, I'm doing better. But the only caveat is that I can't take my RA meds. Because they're biologic and they, reduce your immune system. So every time I have to go on like an antibiotic or anything, I can't take my meds for my RA. So then I get all swollen and start getting all jacked up. So I have to stay off my RA meds while I take the antibiotics. I can't do both. So
Can everybody in the comment section do me a favor and wish Dr. Keisha a happy birthday? Her birthday's tomorrow, but every time I'm in a live with her, I try to remind everybody to wish her a happy birthday.
I told her on her video.
He did.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dr. Keisha. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
And many more.
Oh, look at you can see it. Oh my gosh, thank you. That's actually really nice.
You're
Let me
welcome.
tell y'all something. I just want to bring humanity back. I take myself to the spa once a year.
Oh, I saw that video today.
It's been a difficult year I put in my stories, it's been a difficult year dealing with a child with a mental illness. So I take myself to the spa. Y'all remember my story about Brownsville going just to go work out, minding my business. And I'm in the spa going back to my locker, and the attendant asked me if I'm opening my locker. She's like, "Is that your locker?" I said, "Excuse me." And there's several other women around opening their locker that don't look like me. And I said, "Excuse me, is that your locker?" And I'm like, "Yes, why else would I be opening it?" And then I'm like, "Do you ask everybody else this question?" And she paused and she said, "No." It literally ruined my day because at this point, I'm tired of this. Every single day, I don't know.
I'm tired of it for you.
I'm just minding my business, going to relax. And I put in a pretty penny at the spa.
Yeah, and you know what I'd be doing? I'd be
Finding a new spa.
I'd be writing to corporate, and I would be getting back my fees right this minute and tell them that you were profiled opening your damn locker with a bunch of white women standing around you, not being questioned at all.
I would absolutely do that too. I would just call corporate and say, just want to let you know, I've spent X amount of trips here, X amount of dollars, whatever. And I just want to let you know that this employee profiled me, blah, 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 and I won't be returning. And I just thought you'd like to know you might want to check your employees.
Yeah, I spoke to the manager, but I'm going to write to corporate too because she was just kind of like, it could be a language barrier. I'm like,
Did she really tell you that?
Yes, she did, Val. Now, this is the stuff we have to deal with. I was like, this sucks. I shouldn't just stay home.
Somebody in the comments just said, Dr. Keisha, put that amazing white coat on and stroll right past her.
Why do we have to do that? Why do we have to? I was like, I didn't even say my credentials. Why do we have to do that though, just to get respect?
Exactly.
A pretty penny down.
Yeah, going to a day spa is expensive.
Like, it's not cheap at all. It's just ridiculous. But yeah. But I'm glad you're doing better.
Thank you so much.
I'm just tired of the racism and inherent bias we all have, and I continue to see on this app.
I feel ya. I do. I mean, like I can't say I identify because I've never been racially profiled and targeted like that. I can't imagine how that would feel. I know that, no one likes to be like accused of something that they didn't do. Like it makes everybody like, oh, I didn't do that. Like you're incredulous because you don't want people thinking things about you that aren't true. I can't imagine on the scale of just simply fucking existing and people questioning you or your motives or what you're doing. And I mean, that has to just suck really, really hard. And we should do better as people.
Yeah, your knee jerk, right, is to like respond, but you have to watch how you respond.
I know.
So if you watch how I respond, because then I'm going to be the one that's going to be the problem.
Dr. Keisha.
Yes. Can we do this on Friday though for Mother's Day? Because I'm telling you, we have some pretty fabulous mothers up in here. I was born a minute before Mother's Day, so this whole week is special.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Shout out to all the moms, Deep Gaba, Jim, Dr. Cutter. You a mommy too? You are a mommy.
Four adult children.
You are a mommy. Happy Mother's Day.
I'll be cooking potato salad for my mom on Mother's Day, and that's what I'll be doing.
He's make sure there's no raisins.
That's not how you're gonna be doing. We're supposed to be jamming.
Cutter, I know you didn't. I know you did not.
Ask her she's gonna put a raisin in it.
She's gonna put peppers and cilantro.
No, Jimmy, no. It ain't salsa.
She's gonna put potatoes and onion. And do you put egg in your potato salad?
Yeah, my mom. I make a killer potato salad, but that's all. I was like, "What else do you want with it?" She goes, "Nothing, just potatoes." And I swear to God, the next word out of her mouth was, "It's probably gonna be my last Mother's Day anyway, because I'm gonna die."
Oh.
And I was like, "Yeah, that's great, thanks. And what do you want on the side?" Salami? It's like I can't. Can we focus on just getting to Mother's Day? This is already a hard time of year.
Right.
So I know. I'm trying not to cry anyway. Anyway, yeah, I don't know how I got hit because that. Never mind. I can't even talk today.
I don't know how you got hit either, because you didn't say anything. You didn't call them names. You didn't say anything bad. I'm like, I don't know what the heck you got hit for. Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy the people that say things like the N word and the slurs, and they're still floating around.
Yeah.
I can't.
Just for the sake of there being no misunderstanding, Cutter, I was messing with you, but yeah, no raisins. Not this chica loca.
Oh,
I hate raisins in it. I wouldn't put raisins in anything. Blech. I don't.
Everybody knows that I only put raisins in my coffee.
What?
Coffee.
No, we did not vote advice here now.
She knew exactly what.
Just happen. Did her and Mike just come together on something here? What the hell?
That is funny.
Uh,
I forgot I had an update.
Oh, go ahead.
It formally was revealed that also the Infection Control Committee of CDC was all terminated. And I was telling my friend who is PEDS Integrative Medicine, Dr. Tusa, and she was like, they're trying to kill us. This is her response. She's like, they're trying to off us.
Yeah. That's what it seems like.
She's not wrong.
She's not. They don't care.
She's been so optimistic. She finally was like, okay, this is clear. It's clear.
No, I don't know if you follow U.S. Angry Veteran today, but for those of you, and I don't even know if I've ever shared this with you, Dr. Keisha, but I did staff suicide awareness and prevention training for 13 years.
Make sure you don't say that word again, because it gets me kicked every time somebody says the S word.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know.
Not when you use it in a title. I knew it. You can't just talk about it. But okay.
But do go on. I'll be right back.
Lost my train of thought.
You did the prevention training for over 15 years.
Oh yeah. So U.S. Angry Veteran was talking about how they're literally trying to harm veterans, and how there's 22 a month or a day. I can't remember what he said. I think he said 22 a day. But every 11 minutes in this country, I want everybody to hear me. Every 11 minutes in this country, somebody makes that choice. That is 49,000 American lives. Thank you. Yeah, I'm tired today. That is 49,000 American lives a year. And those are the ones that we know for certain, not the ones that we don't know, not the ones that didn't leave a note, not the ones that covered it up in a car accident or something that extreme. So starting to recognize that when people start feeling less than, when people start feeling harmed, when people are not heard, and when they can't receive the care that they need that should be afforded to every American citizen, the numbers are going to escalate. So if you're okay with more than every 11 minutes, then you are supporting an administration that is harming American citizens.
Thank you, Jim. Lion Lady, did you vote for Harris?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I thought so. I just had to be sure. I thought you were friendly.
Yeah. I'm glad I've got all my favorites in here because I was wanting to know if anyone knows if cuts have been started for like Medicaid. I got a letter today that I have 20 days to appeal. My mother with dementia is in a nursing home. And we went through all of the sale of her house, the proceeds from that. And she's been on, well, in Tennessee, they call it 10 care.
Yeah, 10 care.
So, and I got the letter today saying that we had 20 days to appeal it, but they didn't see, if it would be, they didn't think it would be approved. So I've got to move out my daughter and her children, find them a place. So I have a place to put my mom, just in case. And I just didn't know if you guys had heard anything, if they're already making cuts.
Haven't heard, but Tennessee can have other issues too. I mean,
Correct.
The same thing.
It could be on the state level, right?
So that would be my question. I'd have to do a little more research on it. I haven't heard some research on it, so I want to see what's going on with 10 care in Tennessee first.
Oh, I'd appreciate that. It's frustrating. It's like a never-ending thing with healthcare.
I
I
agree.
mean, it's just not fair. People that work all their lives, I mean, shoot, their whole life savings is gone.
Yeah, because they make you run through all. Florida does the same thing. They make you run through any money that you have before they'll let you use Medicaid. So you're completely destitute, no money left, and now they want to yank the insurance from you after they already took all your money.
Exactly. And I took care of her for 5 years myself until I physically could not do it anymore. And it's devastating to put her in there, but I have no earthly idea how in the world I'm going to manage it.
And this is going to happen all across the country. I haven't received it. I mean, my son who has autism was just recently granted Social Security disability and Medicaid. Even though we have health insurance, the Medicaid will be secondary. That way he has, everything's met for any out-of-pocket expenses. He just got his very first payment May 1st. Shut up or I'm not giving you any more. It's cheese tax time, yes. And so it might be gone just as quickly as it came. So I haven't been notified, but it could just be different because of your state. I don't know, but I haven't heard of anything. Thank you, Jim.
I hope everything goes good for you and your family. And
Well, I hope yours gets worked out because this is sad.
it is, but I'll just, Val, if you'll check on it, I'd appreciate it. And Dr. Keisha, happy birthday.
Thank you. I'll check on it too.
Thank you so much.
I'm curious, actually.
But I'll drop down and thanks for listening.
Of course. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Did Jim get dropped?
No, she had to go cut her mom's hair or do her mom's hair or something, so she had to leave. Boxer Mom, welcome.
Good evening, everybody.
How are you?
Hey, not bad. Hey, Val, Dr. Cutter, and Dr. Keisha. How are y'all today? Hey, sorry, I was distracted there for a second. Danny, I know Danny, but it may be under Danny Cook.
Yeah.
For the previous lady that was on. She knows a lot about Tennessee's medical stuff that goes on in the state. So she may be a good person to kind of listen to and maybe ask tomorrow. I'm sure she'll be live. But anyway, just throw that out there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I've been doing what do you call it? Funny ones, right? But I think this is something I bring out when I think it's needed for
Okay.
us adults in the room here.
Oh, Dr. Cutter.
This is called. I'm sorry.
I said Dr. Cutter dropped, so I thought it was just I saw the screen flashes when somebody drops. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's called Lessons from Our Children. In the beginning, they didn't know hate. They didn't see lines, walls, differences drawn in fear. They only saw faces, hitting reach, hearts open wide. They teach us in every laugh shared across skin tones and every small hand held without question that love is our first language, that acceptance is not something learned. It is something we are born with. Watch them on playgrounds and classrooms, at parties, birthdays, where no one checks credentials at the door. They include without hesitation, invite without fear, and welcome without conditions. Because before they were taught to build walls, they only knew how to build bridges. Before they were told who to fear, they only knew how to trust. Before they learned what divides us, they simply loved who stood beside them. They don't hesitate to hold a crying friend, to share what's theirs, to stand together until someone tells them they shouldn't, until someone whispers, not them, until someone shows them that kindness has limits. But their hearts are resilient. They remind us time and time again that acceptance isn't complicated, that love doesn't need rules, and that fear only wins when we stop listening to them. So what if we chose to learn from them instead? To unlearn the fears we were handed, to erase the lines we drew, to see the world as they once did. Wide open, full of wonder, and ready to embrace whatever comes next. Because our children show us what we forgot, that we weren't born to hate, we were taught. That we can teach ourselves again, through their eyes, through their hearts, through their unwavering belief that love is always the better choice. Thank you.
Oh my God, that was so good.
You're welcome.
And it's so true. It's so true. Every bit of that.
Yeah.
I mean, even the people, and I'm just going to say, even the people that believe in the Bible, you know, even in the Bible, it says that we should be more like children. Probably for that reason, like, because they're loving, they're accepting, they don't have any prejudices, they don't have any biases or anything, and they're just pure souls that haven't been besmirched by life.
Definitely, when Dr. Keisha went through today, it makes me so sick, and it just I'm gonna cry. It makes me so mad. She doesn't deserve that.
No, she doesn't.
And nobody does, but I will never feel exactly like that. And so my heart breaks because it's uncalled for. It should never happen.
I agree.
It just breaks my heart for her because she does so much for all of us for her to have one day. And her birthday's tomorrow, for goodness sakes, people. And happy birthday, Dr. Keisha. What happened to you? But I'm really glad, Diava, that you did heed the warnings and go, because
thank you.
That could be very, very serious. My friend, one time at work, her face, she had some like small mark on her face in the beginning of the day. It was kind of bothering her, and then like around 5 o'clock, she turns around and goes, I think my face really hurts, and holy cow, it was like a big goose egg on her face. I was like, yeah, something's not right, and it was MRSA.
Yeah, you don't fuck with MRSA. My son had that. My oldest son, Troy, came home from summer camp. I picked him up from summer camp. It was sleepaway camp, and I picked him up, and he's like, my knee hurts so bad. It was red and angry. And he's like, they think I got a spider bite, but this thing was so red and gross looking.
Oh, it was
And I'm like,
she could take us all through that.
yeah. And I took him straight to the emergency room. And they said, we're going to do a culture real quick just to be sure. And it's a good thing they did, because they called me back a few days later and said, you need to get to the hospital right now. He needs to be admitted for IV, IV fluids and all that, or not fluids, but antibiotics and stuff like that. And it was very, very painful, but it was just a good thing that they cultured it at the ER. So a few days later, they knew what it was once it grew or whatever. And and he had to be in the hospital in IV drip for a while, just on it was on his knee. That's some scary stuff.
So you had staph though, right?
Me?
Yeah. You still have staphylococcus more than likely, which is a normal bacteria on our skin. It's just not supposed to be in. The thing about on the face is like a pimple, is that it can lead to a sinus tract, and that's why it can spread so easily.
That's why it was going up my nose.
And MRSA, somebody asked, is actually MRSA.
It's methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus.
Methicillin-resistant. And there's actually vanc-resistant Staphylococcus. And we have antibiotic-resistant Neisseria gonorrhea. And a lot of these infections, the department that has to deal with this is no longer.
What do you do in that regard? Is there something that can treat it?
Excuse me. So finding the treatments and availability, we depended on these federal agencies to do with it. And because we have some people that don't believe in it anymore, these groups are no longer. And so we will see the repercussions of this on the long term.
Mm-hmm.
It's devastating, really, to be honest. These are the underground groups that have been doing stuff for decades.
Yep.
And they have just literally just torn them apart.
Can I ask you a question? And I got to go because it's after 7, but I really need to know, why haven't more doctors been standing up and sounding the alarm and going on TV and like saying things?
Well, they have not. So actually, there is a group, there's Doctors for America, that was one of the first groups that went there, and actually they had a lawsuit that went to court against Trump. And I found out there is now a new association that came up that is, I forgot the specific name of it. I'm blanking, but it is for immunizations. I guess sometimes we can't say vaccination, but immunization. That was formed to fight against all of this rhetoric and kind of prepare us as they're trying to dismantle immunizations, right? They even just got rid of the committee meeting for that. So there are groups that are doing it. The thing is, a lot of us are not like me and Sharon, where we're independent. They're working for
like hospitals and
centers, so they can do it. But just rest assured there are groups doing it. We're just not doing it loudly, and it's probably just not getting publicized by journalists.
Okay.
Dr. Keisha, is that immunization thing, is that on your Substack?
Yeah, I put it out. I'll do it again. Yeah, I'll put it on my Substack.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. More of a blog type thing. And in the group I do. But yeah, I'll put it out there.
Real quick, I would like you to do Boxer Mom. Thank you so much for coming up. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down.
Thanks. Can you kick me?
I got you.
Okay, have a good one, everybody.
You too, honey. Thank you. Dr. Keisha, I did see a comment go by that said someone said they wish they could see one alive sometime. Would you like to promote yourself, please, so they can come to you?
Yeah, we come live occasionally. We'll be traveling, working, but the Medical Collective podcast is real. And I think that I will be doing an episode this week. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, The Medical Collective, and YouTube, when we go live for our actual podcast, you'll be able to see the recording. But we're on all social. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. But we do live support. And I'm actually planning to do one later on this evening, y'all. If I get a little nap around 8 o'clock, 2 hours, 8 o'clock Central. I will do a live. But The Medical Collective, if you follow us on Substack too, I've been going live on there as well.
Thank you, Dr. Keisha. And thank you for coming out today and giving us some information. I really do appreciate it. We're going to need...
Welcome. I hope you get better.
Thank you. It is getting better. I feel wonderful. Right now it's just annoying because it's the drying up period. It's like having to go down, so it's a little slower process. So it's still irritating.
Antibiotics, y'all.
Huh?
Trust science. Thank goodness for antibiotics.
Absolutely. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you guys thank you guys for being here today. Thank you so much for all the taps, the likes, the loves, the gifts, the cash ups, the Venmos. But just like I say every day, thank you so much for just being here and giving me your support. I promise, love to garden. I promise I won't drink too much. But today was Wacky Wednesday for sure. Today was crazy. But anyway, thank you, Val. Thank you for coming up and co-hosting with me today. And thank you for your support too, Val. Like I'm not even sure if I've ever properly or enough thanked you for always being here with me, and I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate your co-hosting with me and helping make my life great. So
I'm really not here for the accolades. I'm just here to give the information. That's really what I do.
I know.
Why I joined this app. So
I know.
Anything I can do to help.
But I just wanted to let you know I was grateful. I'm very much in my feelings right now. The medicine's got me all feeling all kinds of verklempt, and it's my 1 year. This May is my 1 year anniversary. I think I've got the date nailed down. I'll tell you guys tomorrow for sure if I've nailed it down on my 1 year anniversary date. And if I'm correct, it's in 6 days. But I will verify it tomorrow, and then Mitri is going to be working on a 1 year anniversary party. We're not going to take ops. We're just going to have fun.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we still have I Love You, Diavatalks. We'll see if we're at.
What?
We'll see if we still have an I Love You, Diavatalks.
All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I couldn't do this every single day without you. And I just appreciate you so much. And I appreciate your support over the last year. It just means so much to me. It's my birthday month. My birthday's in 22 days. And I have my anniversary. So I'm just feeling all kinds of emotions, and probably the medication's not helping with that. I don't know if it does anything with that, but I've been feeling super emotional. But I really appreciate you guys, and your support means everything to me. So just want you to know how much I love you and how much I appreciate you. And I don't take any second of this for granted. And I love you guys. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be back at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I will see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Good night. All right, YouTube and Twitch. Thank you guys for hanging with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll do it all over again. Love you guys. Thank you so much.